Hello, y'all, and welcome to another edition of BMBBH. I guess when I think of another title for this stream, I'll rename it. But yeah, I was gone Saturday and Sunday, and I realized that hurts my consistency quite a bit. So let's see who the real ones are. Who's gonna be here tonight? Yeah, I mean, the major part about being on YouTube, yes, is consistency. But when you are a person who has a somewhat of an active family, then things like this have a tendency to happen. I might miss a Saturday, I might miss a Sunday, and I really don't want to do that. So I'm thinking about doing a run, like an everyday run, until you know, till so I can do things like fight for my algorithm and also continue to fight for my position amongst the men of the black manosphere. Which, look, guys, this whole black manosphere anti movement, excuse me, this ain't something that's new. It's been going on for like 3 years. It's been going on for like 3 years, and people are disappointed in the space because you guys feel like it's supposed to be some monolithic thing where all the guys are supposed to get together and say, hey, you know what, how can we save this black community of ours? And I get it. This is the only time black men are actually charged with being leaders, is when there is a collective of black men that try to get together and try to do some things. But see, here's my biggest fucking problem at this point. See who's down in that chat, because I just sure didn't, shout you guys out. So, let me get a shout out to RPM. Long live my brother. Toya, always good to see you, always. And I'm listening. What is up? You know. So anyway, if here we are a week later, and y'all still talking about that white girl. Y'all still talking about her, cause you know, it's like this. I'm gonna address something that another content creator said. I might get that person a shout out, but there's this thing that's going around. Like, you guys are asking, why isn't a black man a leader of the black manosphere? Why isn't a black man the leader of the black manosphere? First of all, why are y'all still trying to create leaders? Every time I hear about who's the leader of the goddamn black manosphere, there's always some old fuckhead or some black woman or some white woman. And I understand why many guys would actually say that, like, oh, you're just gonna make a black woman or a white woman or someone who is supposedly alphabet the leader of the black manosphere. I get why y'all do that, because nobody picked your ass. I'm talking to these old hating ass niggas out here. Nobody picked your ass because nobody will follow you. I'm not gonna follow a weak motherfucker that just keeps shitting on black men. Why the fuck would I do that? Why the fuck any of you would do that? It's not an assertion of manhood or some type of mock form of accountability. No, you niggas are just weak. Shoot, should black men be held accountable? Yeah, when it's time to hold black men accountable, yeah. And don't worry, there's no there is there is not any kind of lack of accountability on the part of a black man. And I mean, like, and whoever says that is lying. That's all these motherfuckers do is lie. So I mean, I'm just gonna put it to y'all like this, and I'm gonna say this statement right here, and I'm gonna make it loud and clear. And motherfuckers can sit up there and declare subscriber supremacy all they want. Just because someone has a bigger channel does not mean that they lead this motherfucker. That doesn't mean that they lead this motherfucker. And that's for the black guys too. Black guys like O'Shea Duke Jackson. I don't give a damn if he has a bigger channel. These dudes suck at leadership, and then they want to blame a space for it. I'm going to declare this, and I dare anybody to challenge me on it. Because all you're going to do is come and tell me all these fucking insults. This is my declaration. The black manosphere is not dead. It's not. I'm sorry. There's a bunch of weak black men trying to kill the black manosphere because, see, they didn't have the spine, they didn't have the captivation, and they didn't have the balls to hold it down. When I say grow some nuts, I mean that shit. Grow some goddamn nuts. Niggas are cowards. The white girl, the leader. The white girl. No, she's not, bitch. No, she's not. Sorry. Niggas love to try to just sit up there and just hate on black men for fucking points. Yeah. But if I say one thing you don't like, you unsub. If I say, as a black man, as much as y'all sit up here and try to sit there and say, hey, you know what? A black man should be the leader. We should support brothers. We should support black male leaders. I say one thing you don't like, your ass is gone. I mean, it don't even be that serious. And I'm cool with it because, see, for everyone who unsubs, there's a better opportunity for a better sub to replace them. All because y'all too cowardly to stick by black men because you actually see how difficult it is to be one. So you do all these things to win points with somebody else, like that fat nigga that I had to talk about a couple years ago. Always trying to find some reason because you're too afraid to stand on anything. Oh, if I hold black men accountable for the millionth time, shit, hey. Someone needs to tell you guys this. I don't pander. I don't necessarily side with a gender, although I am in full support of black men speaking. It's just it's just what this black YouTube, this black social media has become is nothing but an idiotic mess with a few good ones in there. Sprinkle every, sprinkled, you know, few and far between. There are some that have great intentions as far as the black space of YouTube, the black manosphere, but you know what? Black people too coward to highlight it. Sorry, guys. I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and say not all, not all, but every time I turn around, there's a new moron popping up. Mr. Let Go. Why the fuck is he mentioned in the black manosphere? If he doesn't want to be a part of the black manosphere, that's fine. But don't act like a bitch every opportunity you get, and that's for Mr. Let Go. Be a man. Stop trying. It's my opportunity to drag black men because I want to be the HNIC. You stupid black manosphere guys, is what he said. Okay, so who the fuck exactly is he talking to? Is he talking about the same three fucking people that everyone else talks about? Or are you talking about the whole goddamn space? Because I really wish somebody would say that. Oh, it's the whole space. Is anybody that calls themselves Black Manosphere? I call myself Black Manosphere. Are you going to whoop my ass for it? And that's anybody. No, you're not. You're going to stay in your little stupid Wi Fi connection and bitch and cry and find the first female space you can find to simp in. A lot of you niggas out there are fucking simps. Oh, I get called a simp because I love black women. No, you don't get called a simp because of that. You get called a simp because you a bitch ass nigga that panders. Why am I talking so harshly? Because the motherfuckers need to hear this shit. Like, damn, like you can't, ain't nobody got resolve for a black man. It's this resolve for self. Self. Do you really want black men to have a fucking place in media? You'll fortify the motherfucker. And you won't let nobody police the conversation. You guys are fucking stupid. Niggas too afraid. I ain't never seen this shit before. It's a phenomenon. It's a fucking phenomenon. What up, Mulatto Vanguard? What's going on, my brother? How many Black Manosphere videos y'all gonna make? How many are they gonna make? And then cry like little girls when someone responds, oh, he act like we can't criticize. You can criticize anything you want to, but there is something called a rebuttal. Look it up. Google it. Rebuttal. 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 Can't nobody offer you a damn rebuttal. Why are you disagreeing with me? I'm like, damn, y'all getting worse than motherfuckers on Facebook. Every time you disagree with a motherfucker on Facebook, it goes into all this damn crying. Why you just pass by the post? Why you gotta challenge me to a debate? No, I gave you my opinion. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all something. I don't really debate because people are dishonest. I've seen so many debates in this space where people were actually being dishonest about the information they were giving out. Because see, people are so flustered, they don't care to do the research. They just listen to the dumbass. Black men, you have got to fortify something. You can't just give up and then just, oh my God, I'm gonna act like that. Oh, the space is just a bad thing. Oh, there's another one. I'm just clicking on YouTube. I'm trying to get to my community tab, but here's another one. It's a white guy. No, it's a black guy. Mike TV, whoever that is. And you know, I support black men in black male media, but you know, most of you niggas act like can't nobody disagree with you. Or, you know, if someone offers a rebuttal, it's the end of the goddamn world. Shit. I want I want to be a straight and narrow YouTuber. I don't want this bullshit. I don't want to fight people. I don't want to, you know, I don't want this to be a constant conflict, constant BS. Some of you do. Not about that, not about that shit tonight or any night. In fact, I'm probably gonna start changing the direction of my content. Just go veer off from the whole trying to talk about this community and and just start talking about other things. Just for real, because most of you guys don't want a community, you don't want a space, you don't want black male leadership, you don't want any of that. And I'm here to say I don't give a damn what you guys want. Except for my subscribers. Hey, you know what? You're always open. If you sub to this channel, you are always open to dropping me suggestions for content. You are always open to do that. So yeah, let's look at my community tab for a second. First of all, shout out to Black Mind for stepping up and doing the Black Manosphere Show of the Week, episode 42. We've been on for 42 episodes. Sunday to Sunday. I think my next one is on the 30th. I have to check it and see. But you know, thank God another guy stepped up and did it. You know, it just goes to show me as a person is that I don't have to be so negative when it comes to this space because there's still a few positive gems in here. Okay, so another new Black Manosphere list came out. And yeah, we still pretty much have anybody that that we put on a list originally. We had to take a couple names off for reasons. A couple people requested, but the newly featured channel, and this is someone who probably should have been on the list, is Dr. Thunder. Yes, anyone that is subscribed to Dr. Thunder knows what kind of content he does, kind of insightful, and I tune in whenever I see him on the air. So I mean, very, very good guy. He's a family man, and as far as this, he's a black man. So like Dr. Thunder, welcome to the list. Even though you were a part of the Black Manosphere, and really the list recognizes content creators, but it doesn't mean that this is the Black Manosphere. This is not restricted to just these guys on the list. The thing is that a lot of you are trying to turn the space into an embarrassment so no one will take the Black Manosphere seriously. And a lot of these guys are black. A lot of them are black. A lot of these little detractors, a lot of these little weird ass haters are black, and then get mad and act like little girls when you disagree with them. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with some of these guys. Shit, there's even guys that are on this list that pretty much has expressed their disdain and hate for the list. Well, not the list, the space itself. Uh-huh. All right. That's me community tabbing. Oh, okay, yeah. I love doing polls. It really shows me, it really puts me inside the mind of how people think around here. Let me and one thing that I did discover about having a community tab is that people love polls. They love to participate. They love to participate. So here I'm gonna, explain my reasoning for using the pictures because somebody asked me why didn't I have Jason Black up here. The reason being is because Dr. Umar is more prominent than Jason Black, and he has shown and expressed hate for the Black manosphere. Yes, he has. So, but the vote out of, let me see how many votes it was. Out of 200 votes, 200 votes, who insults Black men podcasters the most? Bitter Females won out tremendously at 69%. 69%. Which lets me know and understand the direction my audience kind of goes in. I put 3 guys up here who should be called out to some capacity, and all of you guys chose the picture of Cynthia G as Bitter Females. Now, I have to say this, you guys are probably correct on this. Yes, the ones who insult Black men podcasters the most are in fact bitter females. When I say bitter females, some idiot is gonna read Black woman up there because I put Cynthia G. The bitch is a coon. And niggas like Dr. Umar can't call her out because that's the pro-Black thing to do. And that's why I will never sign up with some shit like that. I'm Black. I don't have to be pro-Black because you pro-Blacks got all these dumbass rules. Simps got a percent higher than pro-Blacks though, which I don't get to an extent, but I understand. Wannabe HNICs should have got more votes. It should have got more votes. Dennis Sperling likes stealing people's statuses and shit and putting them up on his community tab like his ideas original to him. Then he wants to lead a Black manosphere because B1 struck fear into him. This is what I'm saying. Everybody that want to be a fucking leader is not fit for the job. Shoot, these motherfuckers are about self. And you know what though? I don't even blame certain guys for wanting to make money from this, which is gonna bring me to my next point. I don't blame you. I don't blame whatever hack you find. As far as life goes, if you find something that is very profitable and it's on YouTube, then by all means go for it. By all means, the last motherfucker on this planet that you will receive hate from is me. But I really wish you guys would start asking why these females get all this support. Why this white woman get all this support? Because low key, all these people that's hating on the Black manosphere and trying to christen Just Pearly things, the leader is low key a fan of Just Pearly things. A low key gynocentric mess of a man. Because you can't see a Black man and this is a problem with Black men. Some of you can't see a Black man being ahead of you as a Black man. And yes, when I express the pro-Black, the simps, and the wannabe HNICs, hey, that's something that's kind of embedded in me too. But I'm willing to work with anyone that makes some type of sense. So 200 votes, yeah, that's a large participation for a channel like this. I appreciate everyone who voted, but when you vote, you vote based on what you feel the right answer is. And yeah, I'm afraid that You might be right on this one. These are people like constantly pushing for some gender differences. And hell, when there are not black women that are like a bitter female, you call that woman a pick me. You know, the strangest phenomenon when I hear a black man calling a black woman a pick me. The shit doesn't make any goddamn sense. The fuck you calling a black woman a pick me for? The fuck you calling a black woman a mammy for? Oh, man, and see that's the thing. Y'all calling black women mammies, and you pick one of the most racist terms to call another black woman, but have the audacity to sit up there talking about, oh well, you know, these are black women's advocacy, black women's rights. But then you call black women pick me's and mammies because they're not like bitter females like Cynthia G, who has found success on YouTube and amongst mainstream media because all this bitch knows how to do is hate on black men. And then some of you old sucker duck ass niggas like O'Shea, oh, she's right, she's right. Fuck that bitch. She's a traitor. She's a traitor. I don't care about traitors, male or female, but I'm not going to pretend like the female traitors don't exist. Shit, I ain't gotta be shit. So let's go down. The internet can never be defeated. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Name anything a pro-black has done to further a black agenda. Running your mouth, kissing Obama's backside, and caping for self-hating cum dumpsters doesn't count. No, it doesn't. It does not. Sorry, guys. 97 liked this post. I really wish YouTube would start showing dislikes again. People need to stop being pussies. From the wise words of JB. Who is JB? Why aren't the white manosphere defending just Pearly thing? Well, just Pearly. Okay, why we care about what white people think? Why do we? That is the dumbest shit. Let's see. Hybrid catastrophic impact X83rd power. A constant in the chat and on this channel. Ridiculous. We are about getting results and solutions, not drama. Yeah, Clarence Jr. shared this post. I mean, shout out to Clarence Jr. It's whatever. If anytime he wants to talk, we can talk. Name one thing the black manosphere has done for the next generation of black men, black boys? Exactly. Number one, man, and my answer to that, and you know, my concern is black boys and the direction they're going in for their future. Because hey, you know what? Black community at large never were concerned about black boys. Finding a way to make black boys softer, finding a way to just push black boys to the side and make way for black girls, even though you ain't got to do that to support black girls. You ain't got to do that. You ain't got to you ain't got to tell black men you got to take a back seat so everybody else can come through. We've been did that shit. So here's my answer to Clarence Jr. Number one, black people don't give a damn about black boys, so stop. Ask their dumb parents why they can't raise their children effectively. But that's hating and bashing, right? That's hating and bashing, right? When you ask a black parent why they can't raise their kids effectively, why their kids turn out to they're either becoming scum or they're giving birth to scum. Why can't anybody answer that fucking question? Why does it every time a black man creates a space, it is incumbent upon us to save the goddamn community that you motherfuckers keep destroying? You keep destroying it. You want us to sit there and build big brick by brick while y'all tearing it down brick by brick. Get the fuck out of here. I understand Captain Sony Pony. Okay. I can understand your frustration with people. However, let's no forget those who have died to improve social conditions for black people. And it's almost as if they died for nothing. I mean, like that comment. It's almost as if they died for nothing. As much as people like to hate on Martin Luther King, he died for y'all black asses. He really did. It's not worth it. It's in 2023. It just doesn't seem like it's worth it anymore. Yeah, I got problems with the black manosphere too, but I'm not going to turn my back on it. Shoot, I don't think the space is perfect. I don't think I'm perfect. No one is. Humans, you're human. You're not perfect. Let's see what Little 95 said. The Black Panther Party was the last hurrah, and the people chose gangs over the young bros' protection of the neighborhood from police brutality and drugs. Okay, for Little 95, for this comment, gangs were originally formed to protect neighborhoods from police brutality. But what happened was the same people who were beating our asses introduced us to the profitability of drugs and gave us a few guns along the way too. I tell you, being from Montgomery, Alabama, I got a couple stories for you guys. But why are we the only people against pro them is absolutely bonkers. Black Panther Party made them break the Constitution in Cali. Still to this day, it was a massive crackdown in black righteousness for what we got now. Pro blacks are not the enemy. The bros in prison right now for us. Okay, look, if bros in prison are the enemy, they're not a very effective one, and the reason being is because they're in fucking prison. What the fuck can they do from prison besides call somebody on the outside? And who has that much clout besides like a kingpin or some shit or someone who still has influence on the outside? And what I'll say to that is, can't believe in anything that you watch on TV too much. It's the protection we need to thrive, like in Black Wall Street times. Yeah, we saw what happened with that. We got bombed. Well, not we. Well, us black people in Black Wall Street were bombed by Molotov cocktails from planes. Unless I'm wrong about that, you could correct me afterwards in the comment section. And I'm not too proud to take correction. So the profitability of being on YouTube and why you niggas are hating on it is far beyond me. APTV, what's going on? What is up, my brother? Okay. What if I came on YouTube one day and said something as if, okay, I would love to be successful on YouTube because that would make things a lot easier for my family. To be honest, the women were never a threat to me personally. Okay? I mean, who says that they're a threat? I mean, they can be traitors without being a threat. I mean, I'm not just gonna be like, do this fake ass accountability for men just because, hoes mad. That's all that is. I mean, if you don't understand the reasoning of where black men come from, as a collective, it personally things may be good for you, but sometimes it ain't good for others. And what a lot of black men lack is empathy for other brothers when we go through things. Just because you're like, and that's a lesson I had to learn growing up, during my personal growth is that it just because I wasn't going through it doesn't mean no one else is. And I mean, there's a lot of things that brothers can do different, which I do admit. There's a lot of things that brothers can do different, but it's just that there's this lack of empathy from especially other black men. It kind of gets a little tiresome. It really does. It's just trying to prove it's trying to prove to other people that you're not one of them. And When I say one of them, there's highly gross exaggeration of a nigger that everyone wants to believe exists, but APTV is entitled to his opinion, and what I believe to that if I believe he's telling the truth, he doesn't have those kinds of problems. Manosphere has spilled this rhetoric, and most definitely the women have to take accountability as well as the men. I do have empathy, but not sympathy. No, you should not have sympathy for stupidity. No, you shouldn't have, no matter where it comes from. You shouldn't have to empathize with that. Charles D. Curry, what's going on? Ain't nobody call any black woman some pick me or man. We don't even know what that is. Well, you listen to the right folks. You don't listen to you don't listen to these negative spaces around here. Some of these words ain't even in my father's terms of generation. So where's this stuff coming from? We have a very negative part of black YouTube. So Charles D. Curry, I mean, wow, those your first two initials belong like they're also my oldest brother's first two initials. In fact, my oldest brother's first name is Charles. So, yeah. Yeah, and I mean like nobody, and I agree with you, nobody with any sense or wherewithal for the black community would call a black woman a pick me or a mammy. But you don't listen to B1. So that's pretty obvious. And I'm not talking about Jason Black, Professor Black Truth, B1, even though Jason Black, you know, pretty much solidified everything I got to say about pro blacks. And they're not pretty good. And when I have these little denouncements on pro black, that don't mean I hate black people. So you're half right, Charles D. Curry. Nobody with any goddamn sense would call a black woman a pick me or a mammy. South Park 2K1. Charles D. Curry. Speaking of pick me, is corny the male equivalent of a pick me? Nope. Simp is. Since and let me tell you something. Years ago, when we were calling guys simps for basically letting fuckery slip by just because it came from a female, they redefined the word pick me. Originally, pick me meant a woman who basically was salty because she didn't get picked by a man. Basically, so it was basically them jumping up and down talking about pick me, pick me, pick me. No, they turned pick me into if you agree with the brothers and you're a woman. So now corny isn't the male. Corny is more of a way that you carry yourself. And the black people definition of corny is anybody that isn't with that hood thug shit. Any black man that isn't with that hood thug shit, they consider to be corny. Any man whose eyes on the prize and is focused on self, it is called corny. That's how we defined it. To me, corny is something like a cringy dad joke. Like how is Danica Maria pick me if she's married? How's Danica Maria pick me if she's married? They call Celebrity a pick me too, but she's married. Just like somebody calls a married black man an incel. Oh, you could be a married incel too. It's just all the shit stupid. That's a fact. If you're not with the hood thug archetype, the pro blacks will say that you're corny. Yeah, absolutely. The pro blacks, the guys that are, and what's funny to me about pro blacks is pro blacks are anti black man. Unless the black man is a complete suck up, unless he is totally submitted to the to Queen Mother Goddess, they are collectively against black men. Some of you may not agree with that, but I'm sorry, there's too much evidence out here to support what I'm saying. Yes, pro blacks are very anti black man. And I'm not talking about the females because, like, look, let me tell y'all something for me. A red flag for me, as far as a pro black woman, is one of these girls that call herself Queen Nubian Mother Goddess. You know, any of them that they have these old really black centric names, and then express the sentiments of a bed wench. So I'm just letting y'all know, fellas. If she calls herself a queen or anything, or black goddess or something like that, like, even with someone like Six the Goddess, you need to feed that bitch with a long handle spoon. Winston Tokahisa, what's going on? Rogish the build monger. Corny Trump's crazy. Trail Bentley. He says married incel. What your wife refuses to give you, some refuse me, and I will not be celibate. No, there's guys in there, and like, for real though, the anti-black man sentiment is very huge in the black space of YouTube, which is very funny to me because a lot of that rhetoric is spewed by black men. And I'm not saying like, oh, it's black men in general. I'm just saying it's some of them. It's not all of them. Divine feminine energy. Yeah. they said that it was the divine feminine that killed Kevin Samuels and David Carroll. I'm like, if y'all don't get the fuck out of here with that damn hogwash. It's like, and I'm tired of telling people this. Everybody's like, Kevin Samuels died because of karma. These black men are dying because of karma. Oh my God. No, those black men died because people die. That is it. People die. We are not meant to be here forever. Some of our times out here on this planet, some of our times are going to be in the next minute, in the next hour, in the next week. So don't fucking tell me it's karma when it's just that your little stupid feelings are hurt. I'm so hurt. Well, most black men in America are raised by single moms, so they learn to be misandrous from their mom. Many black men are misandrous in America. Let me tell you something. Some family men even catch hell. Shit, I want to do a broadcast in the near future about how if you pay all the bills and you completely financially support your family, you still don't get the appreciation. You still don't get the submission. You still won't get it. So all you niggas out here, oh, I gotta be the best I can be because so she'll respect me. Niggas, stop. APTV Hotep Queens. Said KS went out on top. God bless him. I want to go out just like that, on top of some young teen. There are a lot of people that keep saying that he broke. To how he broke, he stayed in an apartment. Hee hee ha ha. Then I'm like, number one, you're stupid. Number two, he was worth $4 million before he died. That dude was on an episode of Atlanta, an episode that I think was one of the best episodes ever. Then it's not necessarily because of Kevin Samuels that the episode was great. It was because of the writing and the message that the episode sent. Hmm. Mr. Tokisa. Charles. While I will never call a woman a pick me, there's a few I might call a mammy. Hashtag Oprah. I don't do it lightly. Hmm. Well, let me get back to this. Yeah, I've said this before. A lot of black men They see life through the eyes of their mama. Shit. Cause my little daughter, she's 8, but she's very insightful. And I was telling her about the restaurant business. And for some reason, Mother's Day came up. Being a guy who used to manage in restaurants, like I'm talking about serious ones, not no fucking McDonald's or Taco Bell or anything like that. Um, I don't disrespect anybody making honest work unless they become disrespectful. Hint, hint. Um, yeah, I used to tell her that Mother's Day was the busiest day of the year, especially in the black community when it comes to restaurants. Like lines be out the window. Everybody love their mama. Everyone love their mama. However, Father's Day is different. Father's Day, you might get some tube socks and a steak dinner or something like that, but them lines don't be around the corner like they used to do on Mother's Day. Shoot, people got a lot more. Like I even boil it down to this: people got a lot more respect for their mothers, no matter how badly she does. And people are trying to find ways to disrespect their fathers, no matter how much good they do for their families, how much they support their families. And as a father myself, I understand that. The path in my daughter's attitude that I see, sometimes kids, you can tell who kids are going to be when they're little kids. My daughter's going to be just fine. It's just that, she's probably going to make a lot of stupid friends. But the thing is, she didn't understand why mothers get so much more recognition than fathers. In her 8-year-old little brain, she thinks that both should get it. And I was like, well, there is hope for the future. Now, isn't there? But hey, you know what? I got to keep pressing. I got to keep pressing. I'm not one of these typical dads with daughters. I'm not one of these guys. I'm not one of these. I have a daughter, therefore. I'm not one of them guys. Manosphere has dropped the ball. Manosphere dropped the ball so many times. Okay, when you say manosphere, what do you mean? Do you mean the whole fucking space, including myself, or are you saying or is it the usual obsidian blah blah blah? Because I really oh yeah, let me show y'all something else. What up, Spain man? Hold on one second. Let me show y'all something else. Since that came up. Because I'm tired of y'all, like not y'all in particular. I'm tired of people discounting the black manosphere based on the rhetoric of some. Like none of us others really count, and that's kind of a slight dig to us who actually try and who actually care about the space as a whole. So so I tagged Obsidian to this. So I was like, is Mamiya Obsidian Ali or Mamayo? I don't know how the fuck you pronounce that. The entirety of the Black Manosphere. I think y'all just hating because hoes are mad. Hoes are mad. Yeah, that's the reasoning that I've come up with. So I got 33 votes on this one. Not as many as the other ones. But 33 votes is still a reflection. So 64%. Kev, you're correct. They hating because hoes are mad. It was not originally worded like that, but all the other sentiments were so one sided, I had to put something on the other side. It was originally worded, Kev, you're correct. I'm hating because hoes are mad. But, they put an impact on it. And then, like, the second one, Team Light Skin made me do it. Oh, man. When I say Team Light Skin, that's kind of talking about certain content creators. That's not talking about light skinned blacks as a whole. Because I noticed that a lot of crybaby shit comes from light skinned content creators that are local to this space. And there are 3 in particular. So that was second. The third one, they tied for number 3. Yes, because I depend on other dudes to be my strength as a black man. So when you're embarrassed by some people like Obsidian, as you say, why do you need Obsidian to assert your blackness and your manhood for you? Why do y'all need that? Oh, the black manosphere is so embarrassing. And then I ain't talking about nobody but Obsidian. Oh, Angry Man stood up for just pearly things. Oh, the lead attorney did it. Oh, the manosphere is done. It's finished. It's dead. No, it's not. Fight me, nigga. No, the black manosphere is not dead. Oh, yeah. And the other one, BS1, is still chubby. Yeah, that motherfucker is still very chubby. That motherfucker probably lactating by now. Bitch ass nigga. No, that's for another reason. That's not for anything that not because this motherfucker makes damn 5-6 broadcasts a week on the Black Manosphere. Like some of y'all, I'm believing that you can't even stand on your own content without shitting on somebody. For me, that's a challenge. I challenge y'all, all of you anti-black manosphere niggas and all of you self-hating bitches out there. I challenge you. Make your content without talking negatively about a group of people. Do it for 6 months and see if your subs will stick around. Do like what else is there to talk about as far as these channels are concerned? There's plenty. There's ways to diversify your content. Hell, I got an entertainment channel. Myself, Roger, and Donnie, we got an entertainment channel. But hey, people complain about people covering celebrities and entertainment on channels such as these. People will complain about it, but then complain about the content that they are putting out. Oh, okay. Yeah, let me go ahead and say this. All y'all do is talk about women. So if a lot of black men have common problems, we can't talk about it. We can't compare notes. What in the fucking world? We can't do it. I mean, I get it. Y'all. Some of y'all want to be very ultra protective of the sisters. I get that. I get it. And I'm not saying it's even most or all of them. But what I'm saying is for the people who do say stupid shit, and that includes men and women, why are you just letting the women off the hook? First of all, they're not in your real life. They're on Wi-Fi. We're all voices. We're all voices. So for me to sit up there and start like discriminating based on gender, that doesn't make any sense to me over words. Because I asked a certain content creator, instead of complaining, and this was a female complaining about a female and talking about, oh, we ain't gonna never get nowhere as a black community if we keep saying this stuff. Get the fuck out of here. Let me tell y'all something. Black people should be having this conversation among black people. We should. We're the ones that's supposed to have this conversation. But this motherfucker was like, I don't debate. It's like, what? You don't debate? Nobody was asking you to debate. No one was asking this female to debate. No one was asking her. If you talking about this person was wrong, then why don't you make a video instead of complaining and acting like a spastic teenager? Then here come titties on the goddamn reply thread. Stop trying to make females fight. That's weak. And see, my whole thing is she was picking a fight. I'm not trying to make them fight at all. These people are dumb. A lot of these people are. They're dumb as fuck. Why are you trying to make women fight? No, I ain't trying to make women fight, you bastard. You fucking simp. Nigga with daddy issues. Niggas coming here with their daddy issues. Let me tell y'all something about y'all that sitting up here complaining about black men because your dad wasn't in the home. I don't fucking care. I don't care if your dad wasn't in the home. He probably saw what I see in you guys right now. Hell, I go out and get some cigarettes too and never come back. If I had seen the piece of shit that I was responsible for creating. Niggas just come up here, just ugh. So the Obsidian, whether he wants to listen or not, whether he wants to continue to not support other brothers trying to make an upsurge, and I'm not saying he's never done it, because you got guys like Mr. Fantastic, Bernard Riley, and yes, C Boogie. Obsidian helped out all those guys, so I know how to give credit where credit is due. But just like the song, what have you done for us lately? Now you got guys that's coming off into space. They'll say Black Manosphere for like 6 months, and then once they gain their following because of the Black Manosphere, then they want to start acting like crybabies. So yeah. So tell y'all what. Tell y'all what. This is my last declaration of being a part of the Black Manosphere, and I'm gonna go ahead and take my content elsewhere. Now, I'm not leaving the space. I'm not saying that I'm no longer a part of the Black Manosphere. It's just this. I'm gonna go ahead and start taking some of your advice and diversify my content. Because it seems like for me, it's just like the more and more you stand up for the brothers, the more and more you become disappointed. I didn't come to YouTube because of a female said that I should do it. I didn't even come up to YouTube because, you know, a man said do it, or one day I saw the Black Manosphere and I was like, oh, I better make a YouTube channel like Sheed We Hear. Those are words from Sheed. I came up here because I wanted to be up here. I came up here because if I figure I was so controversial on Facebook, maybe I could bring the same type of controversy to YouTube. But here's the problem: people who watch me actually like me, and that's not really a problem per se. you know, shoot, y'all feel the opposite of me how they feel on Facebook because, like I said, we're not a people that like disagreement too much. We're not a people that welcomes disagreement and dissenting opinions so we can put some ideas together. No, like if I would have come up here like everyone else, I would come up here as like the number one black man ever. Last night I had a dream and the whole earth, I was in charge of the whole earth. Like, no, I'm not like that. I believe that black men should organize as a collective. But there has to be some type of concession for that. There has to be and for people who don't follow our leadership, there has to be some type of consequence. If there's no consequence, no one's gonna fucking care. You're just gonna be bumping your gums. And you're going to become the embodiment of what everyone says about the space itself. All y'all do is complain about women, which is sexist within itself. Because why do they need saving? I mean, unless you see one getting attacked in the alley by some type of bum, what actually are you protecting? Words, feelings. What are you protecting? Nothing. You're not protecting anything. That's the answer. You're not protecting anything. How the fuck are you protecting someone from an opinion? Greg, what's going on? Hey, you know what though, Bianchi? I done had MGTOW dudes flag me because I challenged their ideology. Yeah. Let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth about this. I'm gonna be brutally honest about this. Take a dissenting opinion to a male. They will spaz out faster than women. Many will. Many will. Because one thing I like, sometimes the female laugh at you and be like, "You stupid motherfucker," but they'll still communicate with you. Some of these guys, oh my god. I mean, so APTV, I do believe you when you say that. I mean, even though you can't see who flags you, I really wish I could. Greg, the Black Manosphere. Someone said, and I saw a comment, and this might have came from a white person. Why does it have to be Black Manosphere? The Manosphere is the Manosphere, black or white. So number one, yes, it has to be the Black Manosphere because that's how we identify in this country as black men. Number two, we are separate from the white manosphere. We are separate from them. And that separation has always existed between white men and black men. Why would I want to work with someone who works toward my detriment? But you know what? You can say that a lot about some black folks too. But the thing is, though, I rather risk it with black people than risk it with whites. Shoot. Why does it have to be a black manosphere? Because it is. Shut the fuck up. You was down in Montgomery last week. Oh, okay. Down in the hometown. Word. Look at some of these comments. MTR is a goof. Okay, y'all went to MTR as soon as I said team light skin. I was never subscribed to MTR. I never liked this content and delivery for his message. Not a fan of MTR. I like Obsidian, but he flip flops. He does flip flop, but he's extremely creative. It's a Sagittarius thing. Arches up. I never agree with everything a person says, and I hope it. Okay. I think you meant something else. I never agree with everything a person says, and I hope it's the same way for me. I think you meant to say you, but I don't do that. I don't agree with everything someone says. MTR was okay till KS passed. That old boy became a lame. And that man said MTR is zesty. Now, what I think I will question is why was him and Kevin Samuels standing in front of that Valentine's Day heart sign? I mean, as much as everybody was saying about Kevin Samuels when he was alive, they did that. It's like it wasn't no way that shit wasn't gonna get talked about. The Roger Report live, my homie. Long live my brother. Long live. Check him out Monday through Friday mornings. Roger, the Roger Report live, the self-proclaimed best show on social media. No, he is one of the best. Like I will say one thing about Roger, he's very consistent and he's very poignant in his resolve for what he does. So hey, so we just be kind of Jacksonville, Florida. Actually, I just came back from Charlotte, North Carolina myself. Like I had actually had an opportunity to visit the NASCAR Hall of Fame. Like they had a simulation that looked like Gran Turismo in there. And it was like that shit was just as tough as Gran Turismo. Jacksonville, Florida. Yeah. Back in my single days, I met a couple from Jacksonville. Yeah. Back in my day. Yeah. But yeah, listen up, guys. I mean, it's like this. Although you may or may not consider yourselves to be part of a black manosphere or any type of black male space, and I've said this before and I say it again, you go out there, you do something stupid, and or you piss one of these haters off, they will throw you inside of the black manosphere. They will do it anyway. So I'm not saying like I'm not saying pledge your loyalty now. I'm not saying any of that shit. But what I'm saying is, it's time to be a little realistic with this. You know. So let me check something out real fast. Thank you for all my new subs, but is for but I have to tell you this: if you sub to this channel and you're new, um, just please make sure that you're number one checking off the notification box, all all notifications, and number two, it's a good chance that people who are subbing are being unsubbed by YouTube. I'm not saying that people don't unsub me because they don't like what I said, because I did say earlier in this cast that if I, for some of you, if I say one thing you don't like, you're gone. But it's not like that for the women. But YouTube is doing some funny shit with these channels. You know, so yeah, so why when some dudes out there going shit campaigns against other black male YouTubers, why are they getting such an algorithm? Why do they get set? Why do so many eyes get to be laid on them, and the ones that is actually calling for a positive change, not getting, not getting the same algorithm? So I mean, for me saying that, some of you should actually know what's up. So tell me what you guys think. Let's do some chat interaction. Because this chat right here is full of people who know how to live their lives. Obviously. Let's get some chat interaction. Do y'all have any questions, or would you just rather me drop a link? So I'm here. I'm here to answer questions such as, uh, well, see, in fact, I'll go ahead and ask myself a question first. Kev, why do you go so hard for the black manosphere? Number one, I don't go real hard for the black manosphere. I go hard enough. But the reason, and I'm answering myself because, crazy. The reason is because of black men and our ignored potential for greatness. Because the thing is, anything that black men do, and we do it great, we're the best at it. We are. So, man, myself being a black man, it wasn't even that difficult for me. Rogish, what would you say as a habitual line stepper is one of the best routes toward establishing an adequate internet siblinghood? Hmm. One of the best internet siblinghood. Um, adequate. Um, hmm. That would take doing the impossible. And I'm not trying to introduce this air of hopelessness like a certain content creator who is regarded as a gatekeeper. One thing that we're going to have to do is we're going to have to embrace who we are as a group of men. Um, because the only brotherhoods or siblings that I see are bought together on some negative shit. So I mean, that's a super effective way of doing it, but that's something that we don't want to do. So uh, yeah. So I have to give that some. I have to give that one some thought. How to create a internet siblinghood. Just get back to what we were doing. It's probably, what it probably take. It probably take some. It probably take segregation being reestablished for us to be able to do that. I mean, I'm sorry if my answer didn't seem good enough, but you really caught me with that one. The habitual line steppers arrive to the space as a group that says fathoms that we really haven't touched upon. Okay. Yeah. Do you think manosphere content creators can honestly adjust and change the talking points in a new direction toward black men? See, the thing is though, there are no tenets for the black manosphere. They're just kind of guys that come on and talk about what they feel. You know, the 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 talking points. When you say talking points, what talking points do you mean? Are you the one that's saying that? Are you saying that the talking points only surround women or something? What's going on? I thought you was out of here. How long you on? I'll be here in an hour to bring the ruckus. In an hour? Whoo! I don't know. I don't know. But that's my other brother, Dunny, man. See, told y'all, me, Roger, Dunny, we down like flat tires, man. Shit. For real, for real. And I respect their opinion, no matter how different they are from mine. But if they, for some reason, start saying, fuck you, nigga, then, there might be a change in direction there. But, you know, do you think manosphere content creators can honestly adjust and change the talking points in a new direction focused towards black men? You know what though? I'm not gonna lie to you. That's what I really thought this space was for real. A way of establishing or solidifying some type of space where black men can, solve problems, have new ideas, and work toward the betterment of black men as a collective. And I have to admit that okay, for those of that who are, I would say, complaining about black women, that is really futile and unproductive. And the reason why I say it's futile and unproductive is because feelings get hurt so easily that people need constant reminders of why you're here. You know, it's feelings. It's the lack of accountability. It's a bunch of shit that we need to work on. So, but one thing that, like I said, I'm gonna do myself a favor, and I'm gonna take my content in a different direction. I can be part of the space all day, but it ain't just about complaining about women and not being satisfied with what I'm not getting, not what I'm not seeing black women do. If you really want to help black boys, if you really want to help black men, red pill Kev gave me a kidney. What? Real spill Kev gave me a kidney once. A kidney beans or something. I don't know, man. Kid Gravity Beyond. What's going on, man? Oh, so you're a wrestling fan? Because I saw you did a WrestleMania recap. Man, white folks was so mad last night. Because even my mouth fell a little bit. I was like, huh? But see, that's the thing. That's the thing that Oh yeah. Also, I wish Hybrid Catastrophic Impact X83rd Power was here. WWE and UFC just merged under Endeavor, UFC's parent company. And one thing a lot of people don't know that is WWE and UFC had been working together. They've been was working together. Now 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 it's gonna be some crazy shit happening, but damn, is WrestleMania. That was one of the best WrestleManias that I had seen in a long time. And I know somebody out there gonna be like, the wrestling fans, all this other stuff. Man, but I mean, like, damn, the tribal chief is still the champ. Like that dude, like to me, is one of the best in ring performers on the planet right now because he knows how to draw heat. If I were ever a professional wrestler, I would want to be a bad guy. I would want to be a good guy. I would want to be appeasing to y'all. I would want to be like kissing babies and shit, signing kids shirts. I want to tear up signs. I want to kick your heroes in the face. That's what I want to do. Shoot. Every time your little heroes come out and get cheers, just clothesline the shit out that motherfucker. The villain brings the dynamics to the story every time. Yeah. Yeah. If y'all thought Cody Rhodes was in trouble now, he got Brock Lesnar whooping his ass. Brock, an actual legit fighter that actually fought in the UFC, which is ironic for what's going on. Oh, y'all done brought up Passport Bros. God damn. God damn. Look, 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 look. Let me tell y'all something about Passport Bros. Them niggas putting the wrong shit on YouTube. They putting the wrong shit on social media. Because it's like I can try to make this argument that, look, black men are traveling. Let them brothers be. I can make that argument, but then when you got Drello Fresh and other dudes like that showing the tricking side of things, it's only establishing what guys like Donnie is saying down there in the chat. Rogan said there's no Naruto without the Uchiha. Oh, okay. Man, I don't even watch Naruto. I need to start watching Naruto. I heard it's a really good anime. So I mean, Passport Bros is like I'll make the argument for black men that are traveling that want to see the world and want to see different places. If you're going to a foreign country just to do something that you can do over here and you're bragging about it, that's not going to make much sense. But you saying, I've seen Paris, I've seen Thailand, I've seen Japan, I've seen Russia, like Brittany Griner. You know, I get that going to different parts of the world, but understand this as a black man, you are in a different way once you go out there and see the world and discover that racism is kind of worldwide. I mean, like for guys like Dunny, he knows how to move in certain places like that. So I would I would say if Donnie were to make a travel channel or something like that, then he probably would be the person to visit as far as that. And he also lets you know, hey, you know what? There are certain things you can do and there's certain things you can't do. Share the good and the bad. That's why it was necessary for those like Austin to have been called out, not just by the whole Brazil, but black men and women. Uh, here, here's the thing though. Austin Holloman was ran out of Brazil by a feminist, and I am a very anti-feminist person. I'm pro human rights, but I'm very anti-feminist. But I have no reason to sit up there and try to protect Austin Holloman. Hell, the only way I've heard his name is through other content creators. Like I wouldn't even know who Austin Holloman was. I wouldn't. You know what you never hear? Them niggas smutting out broads from first world countries. If they can't pay, they can't play. That man said first world, the better looking countries. Shoot. Roguish the build monger. If they're just merely going around the world and trying the women of the red light districts that have nothing to do with passport, then it's merely global tricking. Better to trick globally than on B dubs, period. But I will say this is like post nut clarity is the same when it comes to any of these broads. Like, unless you feel that she's a special bitch. Let me stop. As a black man, you should be anti-feminist. Yeah, if you're pro-feminist, you're anti-black man. I know some of y'all may not feel that way, especially a lot of these old queen mother divine energy feminine goddess women that call themselves feminists that are very anti-black man. Yeah, yeah, that's because we're not going around trying to antagonize feminists. That's what he did. Oh yeah, I mean, if you poke the bear gonna claw your face off. And that bear just happened to be a feminist, a bed wench feminist. That's one thing I don't like. That's one thing I don't understand. Why is it that bedwet feminists get taken more seriously than black men who actually love black women? And I'm not talking about simps either. It's hard for me. It's a hard idea for me. The reason being, when I conquer a village, I want to lounge for a minute and know I conquered this shit. Makes sense. Makes absolute sense. Okay, guys, I'm being boring by myself. I'm gonna ahead and drop this link. See if anybody wants to come up. I can't get jiggy with an Airbnb bitch. I'm a pass. Airbnb. we know who's rumored to stay in those. Stansberry. Oh God, man. Yeah, man. But look, here's what I offer to you guys: the chance to make black men great. And I know I like somebody mentioned that one of my problems is that I don't have enough reach, which is okay by me because that could change at any time with a little consistency. Flip cool. B dubs are the least loyal and feminine women in history. I don't trick on any woman anywhere, but if black men want to trick overseas, that's way better than tricking on B dubs. The thing is about the word tricking is that it's very taboo. That's what it is. I don't care what guys do with their money, but one thing you have to understand is that black people care more about being cool than making sense. And it's a very uncool thing to trick, you know, and I understand that sometimes it just takes you opening your mouth and talking to them, and you'll never know where you end up. A lot of guys just throw up money just to cut out all the guesswork. To cut out all of the the okay, I actually gotta talk to her. I actually gotta be her friend. I'll just rather pay for it to get it over with. I mean, shoot. But the lying and the stunting, I've never been about that. I've never been about uh there's really three things that I don't do with there's I'm gonna keep that because that's gonna sound very funny. I probably won't even word it right. But I don't dick police and I don't lie on my dick. So Mm. But I tell you, and there's a few things that are funny in this world, and some of the really funny shit is shit that you wouldn't expect. And one of those things is Vince McMahon having a mustache. That shit is so fucking. Somebody said that Vince McMahon looked like a 1920s art dealer. Another person said that he looked like he want to buy some pictures of Spider-Man. Like shit. Let me stop. Gen X code. Man said mode one all day. She down to fuck or she not? Yeah, most women know who they want to fuck when they first meet them. Gen X code. Yep, Gen X. Us Gen Xers. Shoot. If you're a Gen Xer, put your finger up in the sky. We the ones. Shoot. Man. Listen, man. Listen. You want me to listen? All right. All right. I don't know if there's too much more for me to talk about. This weekend was kind of exhausting. And one important thing that I want black men to focus on is the rest that you're getting. It's very important to work hard and to become the best version of yourself, but get plenty of rest. Dudes dying out here, we don't know why, and we're dying from the most basic things. Like some people die from not getting enough rest. Get some rest, guys. For real, for real. But anyway, honestly, guys, like I do appreciate the guy, and I say this all the time, and everybody's like, "Yeah, for you appreciate." Yeah, I appreciate you guys, man, for real. I appreciate you guys for sticking by me, even when I'm not very consistent. I still appreciate you guys for sticking by me. Trust me, and it'll never be any wrong between us unless I make some type of transformation into an idiot, or the same could be applied to some of you. That's the only way things will change. Chaos Rain is up here.
What's good, Kev?
Yeah, let me answer. What is your take on this Jason Black versus Manosphere Pearl fanboy dynamic?
Hmm.
Let me show you what my opinion is, Donnie, rather than tell you. Because I think I made myself very clear when I shared this on my community tab. Now, as far as Jason Black goes, I do not agree with pro-black ideology. Pro-black ideology is something that they put conditions on being black. And it's like, no, you can't tell me how to be black, or you can't take my blackness from me because I've gone through too much for this shit. That's why I don't like some of them pro blacks, because they whack as fuck. But because that's pretty much my stance on the fanboying for just Pearly right there. What you see on the screen, what you see,
Pearly.
you know. No, I do not think a white woman should be christened the leader of any black man space.
Mm-hmm.
That is the dumbest fucking shit that anyone could say. But what doesn't help is these guys sit up here trying to go to bat for like Anton Daniels. And I saw some of that Anton Daniels shit. That shit was embarrassing.
You mean the interview with Pearl?
No, he was sitting up there trying to I don't know if he interviewed with Pearl or not, but he was trying to grill Sarah Garvey on like he was trying to like
Today?
it was like it was like it was no I think this happened a couple days ago. Anton Daniels was like acting like he was trying to cross examine Saurabh Garvey on Pearl. And
Wow.
and I'm like, dude, you making yourself look like a real fucking idiot right now. Like seriously, like no, she doesn't need black men's help. That's my only thing.
Exactly.
She doesn't need our fucking help.
Yeah.
Like it, whether you guys see it as an opportunity to capitalize or not, dude. This is why they keep saying that guys in the black manosphere aren't standing on our principles
Facts.
because of that. Like I said, I don't want to be categorized with Obsidian. I mean, Obsidian is a black man, but I don't look for Obsidian from to affirm my blackness for me. I don't look for any man to affirm my blackness for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's exactly what I think of that shit. All these guys sitting up here trying to scream, and and when you have a detractor of the space, you do not go to a detractor acting like an idiot because they're going to put you as the face of that shit. And
Mhm.
Jason Black made a goddamn fool out of a lot of folks over here.
Mm.
And like, I ain't afraid of Jason Black. Like any of you guys can come talk to me at any time. I ain't scared of you niggas. It's just that I'm not gonna sit up here and do this retcon facts and lying and bullshit. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do this, twisting narratives and stuff. You're gonna
Mhm.
if we are going to talk, and that is anyone, we're going to talk like adults. You know why I require people to act like adults when they come over here? Because a lot of people think that is too hard to do.
Yeah.
They'd rather yell and scream asking somebody to catch a flight and ain't gonna bust a grape in a fucking fruit fight. Well,
Mhm.
except Donnie, of course. Donnie be pulling up on people for real.
Mm.
you know. But outside of that, these dudes, I don't know what the fuck they trying to prove. It's like, but like I said, Pearl doesn't need y'all help.
Yeah. She don't need
But
help.
at the same, but equally as such, I'm sick of people saying Pearl is the leader of black men. That's just some spiteful, petty crap. That's all that is. That's just a way to spike black men. But like I said, people like Anton Daniels, people like the lead attorney, they're not helping. They're not helping at all. People like Obsidian. Oh, people like Obsidian, he's the one that got the he's the one that really caused all the ruckus. Now everybody wants to blanket the black manosphere like I should be ashamed of saying that I represent it. Like, see, here's the thing about me. I'm sort of a heel.
Mhm.
You know what a heel is, right?
I think the bad guy. I could be wrong.
Yeah, the bad guy.
That's the rest. For everybody know that's
If
wrestling lingo. That's wrestling
Yeah,
lingo.
that's wrestling lingo. Like, I just got through mentioning WrestleMania. If people say that the space is this, and that, and it's just like, and if I don't like that person, I'm gonna disagree with them for the hell of it. You know what I'm saying? I might actually feel some of the same ways. And this is how most of us operate. But if I don't like it, shoot. But that's how I feel about that Pearl thing. I feel like that we are too quick to exalt white people.
Exactly.
Way too quick.
It's kind of pathetic if you think about it, Kev.
Yeah.
Pretty
And
pathetic.
it's like some of you are exalting just to spite a space of black men. That's it. But others are exalting because they have that inside of them. They think white is better. They think the white man's ice is always colder. A lot of
But
dudes, a lot of dudes are starving for validation, meaning that they feel so mistreated and so disenfranchised by females is that they feel if they like let me put it like in the way that y'all can understand. If they hear a woman talk like that, then they shower her with praise. Oh man, what's your cash app, baby? What's your cash app? Oh my God, thank you. Oh, you're so beautiful. I wish I could marry you. I mean, some of those comments are extreme. And, they give recognition to someone when black men have been saying this shit for years. For years. We've been saying this shit for years, and we can barely get a thank you. I mean, I get a lot of people complimenting me in my comment section.
I
You
must
know,
say
I ain't
this.
gonna do like I ain't gonna do like a certain somebody and post every time somebody gives me a compliment. Like that's supposed to help me, help people not see me as some type of douchebag. But it's like we don't get too much positivity when we go into that stuff. Now you can call it whatever you want. You can call it red pill. You can call it manosphere. You can call it whatever. But my thing is, what does upset me quite a bit, and this is not just a black manosphere problem, is that we have this whole thing about exalting white people.
Hmm.
So no, Pearl should have never been exalted. In fact, because Pearl, made some appearances, all of a sudden she's black manosphere. No, these just some spite that, and it's just like the people who are saying that she is a part of the black manosphere are just as bad as the people who stood up and defended her.
Yeah.
And I mean, and people can feel free to disagree. This is exactly how I feel about Pearl. This exactly, yeah. I made this meme, and it's like, why the fuck are these guys? Huh? Like, are you insane? Let me get this off the screen. All right, so like, no, I don't like it. In fact, what did any of these brothers do for black men that stood up for Pearl? What did they do to further black men media
Hmm.
besides trying to be an HNIC? And like I said, Obsidian did help a few content creators, and I mentioned names like Mr. Fantastic, C Boogie. You know, he helped those guys. So of course, but sitting up here grandstanding for Pearl, no, What white manosphere guy ever stood up for a black woman that wasn't being a complete misandrous toward black men?
Hmm.
None.
None.
They have to be misandrous. They have to hate black men. They have to pander to the racism in a white man for them to even say anything about a black woman. That's positive. Like, all I'm saying is this: we should be self-sufficient enough to be able to solidify something ourselves. We don't need this bitch. We don't. I get it. People need people can have an opinion. People can have an opinion all day. And I'm not saying don't watch just pearly things. I'm not saying that. I'm not gonna go out my way to denounce Obsidian, or go out my way to denounce any of these brothers. All of you guys out there in La La Land are doing a good enough job for that anyway. My thing is, I want the presence of black men media, of strong, solid, critically thinking brothers. I want those guys to succeed. Yeah. So here we go. We got some. Oh, weather. What is up? Thanks for the super chat. Bill Walton's daughter turned the space into the white man's woman's. Yeah, Bill Walton's daughter.
God damn, that's fucked up.
So basically, he was desperate for some relevance. And he heavily rewarded with exactly what he sought. Art Nostal, what's going on? Afro Troop TV, like 31, run it down. Roguish Bam. Weather again, thank you for the super chat. Hey, thanks for this support, man. I really appreciate it. All hail gender group. Oh shit. Oh god. Oh boy. Pearl is another 8. Pearl is a ginger titan. You ever watch Attack on Titan Chaos?
What?
You ever watch Attack on Titan Chaos Reign?
I don't recall, Kev, personally.
Okay, well, that would be a no.
Hmm. Hmm.
Her and Candace Owens have the same management. Hmm.
Oh, I heard about that on Uncle D, or somebody said that.
Hmm. That is very, very interesting. That's very interesting.
So it makes me wonder how she's able to get in contact. There you have it.
Yeah.
It's Nick Fonte. There you go. Am I right?
Yeah.
Because he is a what do you call it? A supremacist, so he gets contact with the conservators, or conservative
Yeah.
people. I
Yeah.
tell black men many times, what the fuck are you conserving? You're not
Conser-
no Christian. Only people that can conserve in this country is Caucasoids.
yeah. Well, you probably
Only
get
thing black man is looking for to conserve is himself. Well, his own individual self, and use everybody else and exploit others within the group.
mm,
No, it sounds
yeah.
fucked up, but you see
Yeah.
it right. You see it right now.
I'm
Right?
not. I'm not an expert on conservative values, so I will withhold my my comments on conservative blacks. But it seemed like to me when you talk in the liberal context, it ain't about actually. It is about actually giving kids the right to decide what gender they want. It is like the politics are all fucked up all the way around. So, the differentiations between liberal and conservative, I can't really see because they don't work toward a great end.
Mm-hmm.
What is going on, Phil Brad? What is up? And this man said, "Holy shit, yo, she attacked on Titan." Now, look, now I know there's now. Get back to Pearl. I know there was a certain content creator going around that we have to use Pearl to go, talk to whomever that the people that they look like her so we can get some things done as black men. I'm like, well, that is where the problem came from. Winston Tokahisa has
Yeah,
requested
be
a
careful,
wrench.
Kev. They're gonna run you out, man.
Give a fuck.
You don't give a
Uh, uh, Winston Tokahisa has requested a wrench. Now, although I said there are going to be no more wrenches since Winston Tokahisa asked straight up,
Mhm,
here you go.
mhm.
Here you go. And Winston has been up here enough times. Chaos, you got a wrench?
I've been on a wrench. Let me check. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Let
Okay,
me
you
type
got
something.
yeah.
Let me
Okay,
type
cool,
something.
cool,
Make
cool,
sure.
cool, cool, cool,
Well,
cool,
I'm good. You don't have to worry about
cool.
me.
Okay, so Winston Tokahisa. I know I said this before, but about the last person that got a wrench, but you're going to be the last one for a while. So, in fact, is there anyone in the chat that does not have a wrench that would like one? Anyone? Hey, the first one to make a comment, I give you a wrench,
Hmm.
and then that'll be it.
Everybody wants a wrench nowadays.
I mean, like
Yeah.
the reason why a lot of people give out wrenches is because a lot of people will see each other. They'll have a beef in certain chats. So when Miss J, I don't. This is my first time ever seeing you, Miss J. See? All right. I'm gonna take a wrench from someone that hasn't been here in a long time, and
Hmm.
this Miss J. God damn it! All right, Miss J, and you better be fair and partial too, and visit this
Let me
channel
check.
sometimes.
Let me see who that is, man. Let me check. Oh no. She good. She good. She just let her behave. She behave herself.
I thought I gave like I thought APTV got one. No, damn. Oh yeah, you had one when you were Absalom Payanki, before your first channel.
No, I know you gave Miss Jade wrench. She does want to go off the wall with a lot of dudes. Not like dudes gonna block her, but they will type her if she's not behaved.
All right, that's it. That's it for the wrenches. I am closing off the wrenches. I'm closing off the wrenches. Closing them off for a long time. Unless I get like $100 donation or some shit like I used to back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I gotta start like I understand what I have to do if I want to make an impact in this space. I got to start visiting other channels. I don't.
A
I,
chance you can get, that would be the best one. I'm surprised you haven't done that already,
yeah,
Kev.
yeah, I know. I don't want to be somebody like Reg the bad guy. I don't want to sit up there just sit on my channel and act like that I can just scream from this channel. I have to actually go to some people. So
Well, the problem with Reg was challenged that he can't stand on his own mirror and do a stream without having people come on his panel, which I don't know if he's gonna oblige that, but we
yeah,
shall
I've
see.
I've I've done plenty of that. I've done plenty of streams by myself, but I believe
But
like
they only complain with Reg that he never done one by himself. Every time you see him, he rants and all stuff, and then eventually opens it up. So and then trust me, I've been doing it by myself for years now, as you know, Kev. If people are following my channel, most of my streams, some that are strong, some videos, some weak, but at the end of the day, I still stand alone on my own merit,
man,
personally.
do you have a PlayStation intro playing in your black background?
Actually, I just fixed an actual Sony console game system. Just
Oh,
fixed.
you fix game systems?
No. It's like this one. One of my family members, like he just put it down and let it sit there. And I said, "What's wrong?" He couldn't tell me what's wrong with it because he got a new PlayStation system, like the new one, the PS5. So I said, "Give it to me. Let me see what's wrong with it." So I took it to somebody to
You,
check if the thing still works, and miraculously it does. So when I bought a game and put the disc in, the first thing happens, you hear that shit running fast, and all of a sudden you hear it cut off. And I said, "Wait, why the fan like is working harder?" And that shit was blowing hot air, like heat. And so
well,
I asked one of my IT friends. Well, actually, I watched a video first, and I asked him, say what to do. He said it might be the fan, or something might be in there that's
yeah,
clogged up.
yeah. Because my PlayStation 4 was like that. The fan was covered in so much dust that the system made noise and blew out hot air. What people have to do is the same thing with computers: is you have to clean them out of dust on a regular basis because
Yeah,
dust can solidify and get on the circuitry.
yeah,
So
it could really slow down the performance of the console. And there are some systems right now I have that are older than this PlayStation, but I never like took it apart to undust it
mhm.
because if you look at the architect of a lot of these systems, especially like the PS3s, the Xbox, those are older models that you got to do a lot of unscrewing, all that nonsense.
Yeah. I replaced. I mean, one of the easiest things to do with a PlayStation is to replace the hard drive. That's one
Yeah,
of the
that's
easy. Yeah, my PlayStation 4. I replaced mine with a 2 terabyte hard drive.
yeah.
Yeah, but I've since then turned in that PlayStation 4 and got a 5. They was giving out huge. The GameStop around the corner was giving out huge credits because they got some new PlayStation 5 systems.
Okay.
So, yeah, so I couldn't. They
I'm
made me
not
a
sure if
deal.
I'm going to go with getting a 5 or getting an Xbox because the last I
Well,
think over
call
10 years
well Call
I
of
got an
Duty.
Xbox, new Xbox system, but I never bought a new PlayStation. And it was a good thing that I didn't do that because I got one right off. I had spent no money on this.
Well, Call of Duty just became exclusive to Xbox.
Oh,
Yeah, just like Spider Man is exclusive to Sony.
yeah.
Mm.
That sucks. That really sucks, man. And that's my
Yeah.
only problem is the exclusives now. So I'm thinking, I'm not sure anybody's a gamer. I don't know if people back in the days they usually say if we got one system, say buy the other system. So if the new games on that system, I got that system covered. I don't know if I'm the only one that does that.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, at
Yeah.
times I'd cut back because let's be honest, Kev, I'm gonna do like to play old games on newer system. If I
Oh yeah.
can't play no old games that's backwards compatible, I ain't buying that fucking system. I said no, I keep my old system right that plays.
Well, PlayStation does that. They have backwards compatibility, but see, the thing is though, the disc don't work. You have to download them from like PlayStation Store.
Like the
Or
games, or like what you had download for the PlayStation Store for.
other games because they only like a lot of them are only available in digital, but they'll still set you straight on that one. But yeah, I got the right system though. I've always been a PlayStation man. I mean, should I never? I mean, I can play Xbox too because like a lot of my homies got Xboxes and
Mm-hmm.
like in fact, yeah, I've been seeing. Officer Faulkner doing like a Madden challenge. He'll play
Yeah,
Madden.
he's good at Madden. He's very good at
Yeah,
Madden.
yeah. So I extend the challenge to Officer Faulkner.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'll play him in Madden one day. Yeah, I mean it's like, and Madden is not like, it's not like I know the game of football, but I do pretty good in Madden.
Hmm.
It's not something that, oh, I go all Madden all the time and just beat the shit out of everybody. It's just no. But yeah. Anyway, look guys, look look guys, we're look. I believe in the space in the way of the, from what we have been seeing displayed. I just think that there's just an opportunity in this space for us to actually do something, and it just doesn't, it doesn't get done because of all of the dissension. And we're not perfect. We're not a monolith. We're not we're not somebody, people who are just supposed to agree all the time. But we just have to, just, I would say, start using some common sense.
Hmm.
Common sense solves a lot more problems than people actually give common sense credit for.
Hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, all right, all right. So yes, this was WrestleMania weekend. You don't, you said that wrestling was a, you said that you said that heel was a wrestling term. So do you watch wrestling?
I stopped watching wrestling consistently for shit. I mean, I think almost over 20 years now.
20 years?
I
Shit.
think so.
God damn, man, I've asked you the wrong question. You the wrong person to ask. Like shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me see.
Unfortunately, I had to because it got to a point once they merged WCW with WWF.
WWF, you couldn't do it anymore.
Because this is my philosophy. This is my thinking. Once you knock off the main competition, all you're gonna see is no effort moving forward.
Yeah, and then that's what happened to WWE for a long time. They was just putting anything out there because they had no
They put
competition.
garbage.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Competition, like, but when it's like, even like they came out with another company called TNA. TNA was no match for WWE.
Yeah.
Now in the present day, you got, like, I mean, New Japan been around, but they never really could compete with WWE. Now you got
Mhm.
AEW, and if AEW don't watch it, because see, they're run by a billionaire named Tony Khan and his father, and Tony Khan and his father. What WWE just did was they solidified that they're a worldwide conglomerate forever and ever. Like they merged with Endeavor. Like WWE was bought by Endeavor. Like I think they finalized the sale today. Endeavor,
Are you bought by the Saudis?
no, they, no. That was a premature report.
Okay.
That was a premature report. No, they
So
were
who bought WWE now?
Endeavor. Endeavor is the parent company of UFC. So UFC and WWE are under the same people.
Wow.
Yeah, and they might, and you're probably gonna see a lot more. I mean, and the sale went for what? No,
A,
no. What happened
a
was,
$1 billion? Like a two
like, it was
billion?
like 9.8 billion. They bought the WWE for $9.8 billion.
Mm.
Billions. That's some money. You know how much Vince McMahon originally bought the WWF for?
For I think he bought for like 50 million.
No, no, no. 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 We're talking about like back in the day before WrestleMania. He bought
Yeah,
the
yeah, back in the early 80s, wasn't it?
he bought the WWE for $1 million,
Oh,
and
of
he
course.
and he turned around and sold it today for 9.8 billion. Do you know how much of a return that is?
It's
It
like,
just it's not even a return. It's like you just became the most, like, Vince McMahon just became one of the most powerful men in sports, whether y'all people want to know it or not, want to admit it or not,
mm-hmm,
because of this one move.
mm-hmm.
Out from the norm 18, what's going on? Like, wow. I mean, I'm just saying, like, damn, you shit, damn, that was a power move. And then this is after all of the allegations. He had like all those allegations of sexual misconduct and
Yeah,
paying women to be silent,
yeah.
and it was a total of $17 million in hush money paid out. Vince McMahon reimbursed that.
Hmm.
Like he recently, like within the last week, he reimbursed the 17 million, and then he sold the WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know this ain't a wrestling entertainment channel. Check out the Black Dimension for that. But I just thought it was worth mentioning. I'm a lifelong wrestling fan. I've been to 6 WrestleManias, which they were awesome spectacles. We had we me and my friends, we had great times those weekends. It's like, I mean, it's like WrestleMania. I would compare it to any college game day. I would compare it to, yeah, because I actually been to a couple college game days, and those atmospheres are electric. They are electric. It's like where you might not necessarily watch it on TV. If you
Mhm.
go there in person, you will enjoy it. So, yep.
One thing I did want to say, because now we know where a lot of people stand, and I gotta find that video with Anton talking with Sarah. That
Well, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I was watching Thai City when he was kind of doing a reaction to Anton Daniels, or was it Ramil? Yeah, I tune into those two guys. Not I can
Mhm.
only take so much of Ramil, but Thai City I can kind of sit there and watch. Uh, and they were talking about Anton and how he was grilling Sarah Garvey, and that the shit looked horrible.
Mm.
It just did. It looked horrible. It wasn't a good look at all. And I'm not gonna sit up there and say I'm embarrassed as a black man. No, no, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that. Like I said, I don't need another man to assert my blackness and my manhood for me.
Mhm.
Especially someone who kind of limps around on a cane. If you need that man to assert your blackness for you, you might as well go ahead and join another team. Period. I don't care for you that much. Hmm. Okay, so let me check out how many likes I got. Make sure you're hitting the like button, everyone. That is for free. It doesn't cost you a dime to hit the like button. It doesn't. However, though, if you want to kind of support the channel or whatever, you can go ahead and hit that cash app. You go ahead and hit the super chats. You know, and that's another thing. They say super chats ruin the space because um, because people are more so not being genuine with their message. They're more so doing it for money. Um, and like I've always said, I have nothing against anyone doing this for money. I don't. It's like if you're coming to this space looking for a father or looking for solutions to very easily answerable questions, then hey, maybe you need to, I don't know, maybe re-educate yourself. Somebody revisited the, I'm looking at my analytics right now. While I'm talking to you guys. Yeah. But yeah, somebody went back and watched my video on Diary of a Tired Black Man. Yeah, yeah. I was like, how many messages that were in that in that movie that people actually try to spread within the space and how much it relates to the space. Then Alan Roger Curry a week later did like almost the same context identically, you know. But he did bring up that he interviewed the guy who actually made Diary of a Tired Black Man. So yeah, so I didn't feel slighted in any way. uh, yeah. So, yeah, see what y'all doing out here. I just watched. I just watched the Anton Sarah combo, and it was interesting. But didn't like, but didn't Anton seem like he was cross examining Sarah Garvey?
Hmm.
What's going on? Is there some type of Illuminati, some type of underculture of content creators that said, "Hey, you know what? We should push this person and that person and fuck everybody else." Because there's a lot of content creators that say that, they know what goes on behind the scenes and that's why they don't mind the criticism, you know. So I guess, whatever that means, I'm sure that what's done in the dark will come to the light. I don't like the idea of a boule type atmosphere within the space. If we're going to complain about celebrities doing it, why the fuck are we doing it ourselves?
Hmm.
You know. But anyway, shoot, it's been almost 2 hours. It's been almost 2 hours. Yeah, trying to wait on Donnie to come up here, so I'm gonna wait a few more minutes. Former gamer, Roguish the Build Monk. Former gamer, miss it from time to time. When everything went run and gun, I started getting triggered and had to back off. Don't say Kakarot. Man, I'm still on them games, man, for real, for real. And it's just like it just I don't know. I play games not just to have fun and do some things. I'm so intrigued that technology had come to that.
Hmm.
Like, yeah, I've always been intrigued by technology, because I want to know what's going to kill us in the near future. Doomsday scenario. Somebody finally created Skynet and Skynet said, "Fuck that shit."
Well, Skynet is here.
Yeah. And you know what else is kind of dangerous? These AI deep fakes.
Hmm.
No, for real, man. Like them AI deep fakes look so authentic now. Like, like when people were posting them pictures of Trump running from the cops and getting arrested,
Hmm.
them pictures look so real. But then again, you had to think, how did they get close enough to take pictures of them in those positions? But it's like that AI thing is not, even though it might seem as a good thing to a lot of you guys, it's not really a good thing.
Hmm.
Like just like when they had that age app, show me what I'm gonna look like in 30, 40 years. That wasn't a good thing either. What if you become a fugitive from justice? Or what if you become a fugitive of something that you weren't accused of doing? Or what if this government actually becomes an authoritarian uh what's the what's the word I'm looking for? Dystopia. An authoritarian dystopia. Like I'm always thinking about stuff like that. I'm always thinking about society taking a downturn and what could happen. Oh, Donnie just said, "Give me five." So I'm gonna hang on for 5 more minutes. Yeah. Oh God.
Hmm.
Coffee Nino, what's going on? Narratives and dialogues is in the building. What is up, guy? Let me see if there's anybody else I missed that was in here. I'm scrolling up. You know. Yeah. Weather's here. Yeah, I didn't miss him. Uh Flip Cool, I didn't miss him. Who did I miss? Okay, I got you, bro. Shoot, just one moment. Just one moment.
Come on, Donnie, get you out here, man.
Yeah, Donnie's always cool to have around. Just one moment. Uh, uh, when I say I'm a part of this space, I'm not saying that in a lackey sense. I'm saying that is I'll take this motherfucker over. That's why I'm saying it. Just playing. Somebody gonna take offense to that notion. Oh, he said he was gonna take over. Fuck that nigga.
Mhm.
Shoot. Cartel, what is up? What is up, Cartel? And for those of you who are up watching, I appreciate it. I know some of you got to go to work tomorrow. Shoot, I always respect the working person. That's one thing. I always respect the person that is. I always respect the person that knows how to make honest work. Even if they don't make as much money as you feel they need to be making.
Mhm.
No, just respect the honest hard worker. The man said, "These hoes ain't look." Oh shit! No, she didn't. No, I was reading some. What is up, guy?
What's going on? Where the white
Long,
women at?
long live the habitual line steppers, my brother.
Long live. What's popping?
Oh shit! Nothing. Just broadcasting right now. Just
Uh,
yeah. I just wanted to go. What's going on, man? Just
man, I seen the show. I wanted to pop in, but I don't want to keep you up too long, but I want to keep you up all goddamn night.
all right, bruh. All right, bruh. So, is there any opinion you have on what anything I've said? Any agreement? Any
Can we
disagreement?
talk about the passport bros and the tricking all over the globe?
Tricking all over the globe.
Oh man. Oh man, it's embarrassing at this point. Like I would be all for the passport bros if they said, you know what, paying for pussy is better than dealing with you black bitches. I'd be like, listen, these niggas got a point. they feel that way. They said what they said. That's what they want to do. But I always feel like I'm being sold a product that I didn't buy with when I'm listening to passport bros, and that's the problem.
Hmm. Mom, Shay Shard. Who knows who Shay Sarday is?
What about her?
Yeah, because she has a pretty decent following. She has this video named at Mumia Obsidian Ali explains why just pearly things is the best ally for the black manosphere.
Why is any white person being brought up and the term ally being used? Like when did that become a thing? When did that become like, yeah, we got to have a white person come in and come out here and speak for us, and it's got to be a mediocre white bitch.
My
Oh, because Miss Ann will beat the hell and slap the hell out of black women. That's why they go call Miss Ann.
This shit's insane. I can't. I fail to see how this mediocre white bitch caught a following by running around basically mocking niggas, because that's the only way I see it at this point. After she let that motherfucker come up there and say whatever he said, all I can see, everything that she's done in the past is her mocking niggas. Oh, I know what you niggas. Oh yeah, I know what you want to hear. I'm gonna say that.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
free will defender. Why is the black manosphere blamed for everything? Because it's a space full of black men, and some
Yeah,
people are just too weak to stand on anything. It's like we should not be getting blamed for everything, just like we should not be pointing the fingers and blaming everybody else for everything. My thing is accountability on a case by case basis. If I do something fucked up, it should not be held at the feet of black men. That
I,
that that's my
I
thing.
think I think the problem with any movement, with any group, is the people that is considered or held out to be the figurehead. When you are held out to be a leader, group, figurehead, however you want to put it, if you fuck up and you become something subject to criticism, the entirety of the group looks bad. And that's what the problem is. That's why I had an issue with MLK, as you know. You can't hold yourself out as the leader and then have a weakness for mediocre white bitches.
Exactly. I agree with you.
Yeah, I mean, it frustrates me that we can get blanketed like that. It does frustrate me, but what doesn't help is when you have a staple, uh, a guy who represents the space with a lot of reach, you know, saying something like that, then we get blanketed. And it's just my thing is I fight against shit like that. We look, I don't want to be classified with someone else that says some fucked up shit because it's not my view. It's not.
Mm-hmm.
It's not my view. So my thing is I'm around here to make things better. You know, I want to give it a chance. And somebody like Obsidian, old peg leg himself, like there's nothing that he can do to make me ashamed of being a black man or a part of any space. That's just what it is. I don't need another grown man to exert my black manness for me. It's not. It's not. It's not. Even if they saying some stuff I agree with, I don't need somebody to assert it for me because I can do that all on my own. Now, do y'all want to listen to this? Obsidian's reasoning is only like a 7-minute video.
Go ahead.
All right. And, just feel free to stop me at any time.
It's because she has white skin and it's milky and it's precious. No, go ahead.
All right. All right. So fair use. We're just listening to audio. So, all right. Here we go.
What's going on? This is not right. And so that's why I wanted to seek understanding on what was going on and the intention and the motive.
Can y'all hear?
And more specifically, what
Yes.
getting out of this. But I don't think any of the ones that I'm talking about, the ones who are mad, right, are the ones who felt like this isn't right. Again, we're talking about the ones who have a past as being called a pick-me. They'd be more in alignment with the pick-me space. They'd be more in alignment with the ones that would be called mammies, all kinds of different stuff. Right. The ones following, the divestiture swirler stuff, we already know that they're on a whole nother level.
Right. What I mean? And what's interesting, the question about what the black manosphere or me in particular is getting out of it, compared to what exactly? What was I getting out of it before? See, I find it interesting that we'll ask the question now that the white girl's in the middle of the frame, but we never asked the question before. And correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't I a simp for letting these ladies in the door? Wasn't I, being taken in by them and all the rest of it? But now all of a sudden that the white girl's in the door, now all of a sudden that previous simp appellation and me letting these ladies in the door and me caping and jumping out the window for these chameleons. And I hear what brothers say. Now all of a sudden that's been washed clean, right?
No, I think, I can't speak for everybody, obviously. As I mentioned before, I made this point a few months ago. I was like, look, you over here swirling or whatever, this is the byproduct of swirling. You're going to have white people in the conversation with relationships, whatever. Where this issue took off was regarding around the topic of cultural gatekeeping, saying things that are considered disrespectful to the experience of our ancestors. I think we can all agree that if those things were said or alluded to with the Jewish community, then I don't think we'd be having this conversation. You know what I mean?
It's interesting. It's interesting about the gatekeeping conversation because you and I have had this conversation before, and I want to revisit it here right now. I have asked consistently, what do black women owe the community, and how does it manifest? I have been asking this question for years now, and I can never get a straight answer. See, the premise is that the only ones that are keeping, watch and keeping vigil over the community are black men. I said that's a bunch of bunk. Black women cultural gatekeep too. But see, this is another problem. This is another contradiction with a lot of black women. They want it both ways. They want to be able to determine when things get closed off and when they don't. Hence, divesting. Hence, swirling. See, they want to have that option. They want that on the table, but when it's not advantageous to them, now all of a sudden we got to keep it black. Crystal.
All right, fair use. Just want to let everybody know fair use. So we continue this. Like this video is like 7 minutes. It's about 3 minutes through. So, I should have listened to this before. But this is actually my first time hearing it, so we all get to react to it. So, all right.
Karens, and I recently had a debate with her about this topic, and it was funny. She was going on and on about how I treated her bad years ago, and that she's a black woman that deserves it. I said, wait a minute, now all of a sudden you black? Now all of a sudden you black because your fat is in the fire now. You need somebody to pull your bacon out the fire. Now all of a sudden you black. I thought that Brad was a better man. I thought that Seth was a better man. I thought that Kyle was a better man. I thought that.
I will say this. I don't feel right taking anybody's blackness from them, because you take the blackness from them, you're also taking the accountability away for all the anti-black stuff you do. So keep the blackness on someone, just so you can hold their feet to the fire. So, all right.
Jared was a better man. How come they can't protect you?
So again, I've had plenty of things to say against that whole ideology that I find to be very toxic and demeaning. I think one final question I'll leave with you, and then we'll open up the call lines, is, again, this started around some of the back and forth I saw within the Black YouTube space, right? For example, you had O'Shea Jackson, who was a part of the Black Manosphere, who stepped away because he felt those comments were very were disrespectful. Same with MTR. Same with, you have the Danica,
Yeah, she just mentioned two guys that spreaded their cheeks. I'm not gonna even fucking lie to you guys. Like I said, I don't leave a space because of pressure. I leave a space because it's the right thing to do. These guys left because of pressure. Like, man up, motherfucker.
Courtney Michelle. Again, these are different people, two black women who very much have aligned with the Black Manosphere, and you recently did the live that said, "Okay, we're washing your hands clean. We're washing your hands clean of these particular women who were previously a part of the Black Manosphere, also 6 being one of them, or aligned with them, and now we feel like just pearly things is a better deal." My question is, again, are you saying it's regarding that situation particularly, those three content creators that I mentioned, are you saying you feel like she was a better deal because she helped investment-wise, she helped with the overall financial goals, she helped, I guess, with the overall reach as it pertains to the Black, with the Black Manosphere's perspective, more so than the other female content creators? Like, I guess
yes.
Okay.
And it's interesting. You mentioned Six the Goddess. Now, to be fair, Melanie King's a bit different, but it's interesting. Six the Goddess, had Kevin before Pearl did, years before Pearl did. What happened? I'll tell you what happened. Six the Goddess thought that her looks was going to be what put her over the top, and Pearl proved her wrong.
So I'm not as familiar with Six the Goddess's content. I've seen a few stuff here and there, so I'm not totally sure.
No, you're familiar with her briefly being associated with Kevin Samuels.
I am familiar, and I think I've seen a handful of her videos, and I think there was one or two in particular where she made it clear. She's like, I'm not for everyone. I'm not necessarily trying to blow up because.
Fair use, everybody. Fair use on the audio.
I know my message. I know my perspective is not.
Can we stop for a minute, because while it is fair use, let's give it a minute. Maybe we can intercede. All I hear is the sound of a pathetic nigga arguing with a pathetic bitch about some pathetic talking points.
Those very strong words. All right. Okay.
The chat was getting wild right now.
Good Lord. All right. Good. Anything else before I finish the video? Because it's got about 2 minutes on it left.
Let me check Shay Sarday's video, because I think she don't mind people playing the video. Let me look. Continue playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to taking some calls. I'm hoping that some people will call in, because I have some interesting witty retorts for their barbs of critique. So I'm willing to let's get it on.
I think I now have a little more of an understanding as to really the Black Manosphere and really the ultimate goals and their allies. From what I've taken away from this, Correct me if I'm wrong. The overall goal is the best woman for the team.
Yep.
Right. And the goals and the values that the Black Manosphere has, whatever woman is willing to get alongside that, she is a woman that is going to.
And let's be honest about something here, Shay. Hasn't Black women overall made it abundantly clear over and over and over that they're not going to get on board? I mean, we got to have. I was just on Clubhouse earlier today, and we had to have the 15,155 million of discussion about submission. We got to go round and round and round and round about this stuff. Listen, Black women don't want to do it. Period. They don't want to do it. But they expect you, Black man, to become the best version of yourself and take them as they are. Even Black, they have songs about this. They have articles about this. That is the view of Black women. They want it both ways. And I say it's time to open the field and let the chips fall where they may.
So the best one for the team, as you put it, whoever's willing to help.
He's not lying about that.
Goals, financial goals, as you mentioned, whoever can be a best ally as far as reaching those goals, helping to build wealth, helping to build influence. That is who the Black Manosphere is going to be aligned with, regardless.
And we want it to be sisters, but they're going to have to earn it.
My biggest problem with this: why can't it be a Black man you get behind? I get it, reach. I get it, who's ever best for the team. Why not get behind a Black man?
I agree. I see.
When it's like when we had Mr. Samuels when he was alive, he was attacked constantly. That's just the thing, though. And this is why people keep saying what I just heard is why people keep saying Black Manosphere, Black Manosphere, Black Manosphere.
You know the thing about Kevin Samuels is he represented a dynamic of the top tier, right? Whenever you heard these women get on his platform, they started talking about what they wanted in a man, and they wanted the top tier. They wanted the top tier man, right? Can't be stressed enough. And the ability of that top tier man, which Kevin Samuels was advocating for, was to say, "Nah, bitch, I'm cool on you. You came over here and offered me a whole bunch of nothing. You offer me some other niggas' kids, a bad attitude, some C-section scars, etc." Right? This is what that dynamic is. It is. I'm at the point of I'm tired of having the same conversation with you raggedy bitches because you bitches don't want to listen. I'm not gonna go back and forth with you. I'm not gonna say this over and over every night, all night, every night. Bitch, get with the program. Get right or get left, and that's all I can do at this point. So I understand the dynamic of Black men are tired. They we're going abroad, we're going to go do this because there's Black men that are going out here to actually do that, right? But then you have the dynamic of the loser nigga or the weirdo nigga who is running around here telling Black women, well, if you don't, I'm gonna get a passport and I'm gonna go to the Dominican Republic, and he gets laughed at. He makes the rest of us look fucking stupid, right? Because like I'm the last nigga to talk. I'm the nigga who has gone abroad and done all the foolishness. My wife is not an American woman, right? So I'm the last nigga to talk. However, when you have certain niggas go out here and talk, they are a reflection of what I have done, and it makes me look bad. So this is why I have a deep disdain for niggas who run around calling themselves passport bros. That's the problem for me.
What's up, everybody? Can you hear me?
What's going on, Edward?
Yeah, you can speak up.
Cocaine Edward.
What is
I mean, as far as the passport bro stuff, I mean, unfortunately, like every older folks,
I would sound low.
They want to go. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, you sound a bit muffled, but I can hear you.
Yeah,
I can hear him good.
I'll be closer to the mic. I'm on my phone, so bear with me. As far as the passport bro thing, that's just a hashtag. Yeah, it honestly, it'd be a lot more stuff. If this pro situation wasn't going on, to what you're saying, Donnie, it's actually a lot of stuff going on over there. This thing got covered up because of the passport. The pearl stuff is overshadowed that. I had an interview with BMT about a year and a half. And one of the things that I did is I said, when this happens, and it will happen, we got to operate like special forces. And they didn't want to hear that. They wanted to get defensive. And I said, when it happens, y'all got to be ready. And at the time I was talking about posting, people had a tendency to post Instagram pictures and then try to act like that's a replacement for going overseas. That stopped. But so you're going to have people do stuff. And at the end of the day, it's a hashtag. Just like how Black Lives Matter is a hashtag. Do I believe that niggas shouldn't be shot by the police? Shouldn't? Of course I believe niggas shouldn't be shot. But do I support them lesbians running that shit? Hell the fuck no. So it's kind of like one of those things that when people jump on Passport Bros, you have people that are doing it because of what you said, and then you have people that they don't want niggas traveling. And obviously you preface that with the situation stuff you've done. And I think that gets lost in translation. Or you got dudes that they just want to jump on stuff because of
it's the wave.
Yeah, and so the reality is, like, the argument I'm gonna have with that is World Star Hip Hop makes your ass look bad. There's a lot of stuff that make black men look bad in particular. Don't even be started on the shit that they the light skin shit that folks do to make us look like we effeminate and shit. It's a lot of stuff that make so look bad. And that's not to say that you can't target stuff. But people try to act like Passport Bros are the problem. I know you're not doing it, but obviously there's a narrative there. And like I said, you did a good job. You set both sides of it, which most people don't do. But I wanted to add that in there. But as far as what did you look? I'm cool with whatever you're gonna say. But what did you mean when you said it sounded like a fuck bitch talking to a fuck nigga? Because I don't.
I'm tired. You know what? I guess maybe I'm just tired of Obsidian as a whole. I'm just tired of Obsidian. After I saw the whole dynamic of, I talked to Pearl. Pearl was cool. I really didn't feel like the shit she said was cool, and I really don't feel like that bitch was cool in any sort of similar fashion. So I at this point, I always thought Obsidian was kind of a goofy.
I'm sorry. Like, you being tired of Obsidian. That's a waiting list. It has at least a 90 to 6 month waiting period to get into that club. So,
it's that bad.
Honestly, because I know you don't have to wait a whole year. So,
Jesus Christ, I didn't know it was that bad. I always thought he was like a comedic type person. He's telling some jokes. I didn't know the nigga was held in real esteem by certain people.
Well, Obsidian. Okay, here's the thing. The issue that I was going off about on my channel was this argument. As far as I'm concerned, one thing I don't like about what Sade is doing, if you want the information about what's going on in this space, really BGS is the guy you need to be talking to. Like, to sit here and talk to Obsidian. Okay, Obsidian, nobody's gonna say Obsidian over BGS. That's even if you don't like BGS, most people would prefer somebody talk to BGS versus Obsidian as far as what represents the space. Now, obviously, people may have their preference for Angry Man, but with Angry Man, that depends on who that is. You know what I'm saying?
Angry Man still considered part of the space. I thought he was a TikTok nigga.
You asked, he actually blew up on YouTube Shorts, and Kev is the one updating the list, and Angry Man's on there. He's at the top. By that list, that's not for nothing. So,
but Shade,
Angry Man has said this space. He might claim it. He do claim it. He claim it. It just sometimes, but he kind of on that Batman status. I'm in the Justice League, but I reserve the right to do my own shit when and in the fuck because you niggas. That's kind of. But he still, if there's a external threat, he'll show up. Kind of like the Hulk that way. So. That's kind of where he is now. Now, O'Shea is like not in the space at all. But so BGS is really the person I would prefer. That's me. Obviously, y'all know.
But has Shay Sade interviewed BGS before?
No.
So probably somebody should reach out to her and say she should go reach out to BGS.
Look, man, I don't want that. Fuck that reach out shit. She know who BGS is. She know who Obsidian is. She know who BGS is. And the reality is BGS reactivated that BGS for women for a reason. The reason, and I like Shay Sade, but my thing is, none of the, like, if you want to say, okay, O'Shea, first of all, the Black Manosphere is bigger than O'Shea, Angry Man, BGS, and Obsidian. Let's say that first of all. Even when, like, you got Black Ram, you got a lot of people that even when you come to bigger content creators. So let me say that first. But with that, all of them had their own differences and stuff they brought to the table. Angry Man does not represent Obsidian, who don't represent how O'Shea get down, who definitely don't represent how BDS get down. And quite frankly, a lot of them at a lot of different points, each one of them did not like all three of them at one point. And usually two of them don't get along at any one point. So none one person represents a school of thought. There are some basic stuff, like kind of what you were saying, Donnie. Like as far as dudes are tired of these hoes, you gonna get right or get left. Yeah, we all agree on that. We all agree on like the basic stuff, like F child support, F paternity, but when it comes to like the nuances, like with stuff like this, we divert. And so to sit here and talk to Obsidian, like Obsidian is the face. Yeah, he likes the attention, but Obsidian is a joker. He does what he does for himself. He does not represent us. And if anybody were to vote on who represents the space out of those four, definitely Obsidian would probably be at the bottom, maybe depending on who you ask, O'Shea. But definitely
but see where I'm going at with it is why is he in the listing at all?
Why what?
Why is he in the listing at all? You see what I'm saying? Like the problem is when you have somebody who is considered one of the top, the leaders, the people who are in the front runners, right? That's what kind of fucks a movement up or a dynamic up, because that person is held out there as kind of the archetype, and that's what fucks the game up.
Generally, the way that it works for two reasons. Obsidian is put up there because Obsidian was one of the first folks when it comes to 2.0. So when you look at all four of them, they were kind of one of the ones that really, really, they were like the anchors to it. Obsidian is the weakest anchor of those four, as far as like impact. But
no, I get what you're saying, but what is it that we're doing right as the listening party, right? The people who make up the audience, the people who put him into that position, to where why are we still listening to this nigga? Because he to me he sounds like a defeated nigga.
When you say we, I mean
I don't mean the more like he has a large fan base, and it's not white folks, right?
I mean, so here's the thing. Obsidian is probably the most conservative of the four. So there's a conservative contingent within the space. And they tend to, but even all of them don't anchor around him. But truth be told, he's got the least subscriber count. I mean, BGS has been shadow banned for years, and BGS has a higher subscriber count than he does. O'Shea had but when he left, he was at 200 something thousand, and Angry Man, before he started blowing up, was at like 50. So Obsidian, remember, Obsidian just not started growing again. Obsidian was at like 18, 17 for the longest time.
Okay, I don't subscribe to him. I've listened to him a couple of times, but I just know whenever the conversation comes up, the conversation always includes Obsidian. And my real thing is why have we not moved beyond Obsidian, right? You know what I mean? Like, why have we not been like, oh yeah, that nigga's a clown. We listen. We move past him.
Because the other three recognize, the other three recognize him as somebody who's a founding member, and it's kind of like when you say move him, he has folks that fuck with him, and so it's kind of like you can't make people not watch him. You can his numbers. All I can say is he's got the least subscriber count of the three. I mean, it's not like we can vote somebody off of YouTube and even vote somebody. I mean, shit, is Obsidian on the list?
It is, yeah. Obsidian's on the list, but like the thing is, though, just like one thing that I would say is that the people in the audience decides who gets the viewership. It's not like I can go around telling people that don't watch this person, don't watch that person, even though, and I will say this, even though you hear little things here and there that there are people who have actually tried to do that, try to tell people who to watch and who not to watch. That's not a practice that I'm fond of, and it's not a practice that I welcome and that I do myself. I can't sit there and tell people who to watch and who not to watch.
These niggas to watch RBR, so I gave up on that shit. I mean, for real though.
RBR, wow.
I mean, it's the same reason why I say Tommy don't represent us, but niggas keep talking about he first, so they won't let that go. So I mean, it is what it is. And at the
Well,
end of
there is a difference in dynamic because when you look at the manosphere and you talk about people, don't nobody really speak about like Tommy's there. This motherfucker like Tommy is in the place I feel like Obsidian should be. He's a motherfucker that was there. He was around. He did some shit. But you know we moved on to greener pastures, right?
but, but what you got to understand is Obsidian does what he does for his channel. He always have. There's not a lot of collaborate. Like think about it. Who do like I wasn't on none of them live streams he had. Like let's be clear here. It's rare I go on Obsidian stuff. Who do you know that really be sharing Obsidian stuff like that? Like seriously, who? Who? I mean, for real, BGS don't. Angry Man really don't. O'Shea not in the space.
It's less of a sharing dynamic and what he's still getting in terms of viewership without being shared, right? So like when you look at certain people have a whole bunch of numbers in terms of subscriber base. All right, that's fine. Maybe you've not unsubscribed from because you know it takes a whole lot of effort to click that button. But when you look at their view count, prime example would be BMT. You go look at BMT's view count, he don't have nobody watching his shit, but he got a whole lot of subscribers.
So everybody, I understand that, but what I'm saying, I'm talking about the viewer count. At the end of the day, there's people that watch Obsidian, there's people that engage with his content, and those dudes are in the space. You people can say, look, man, that dude don't represent me. My argument is that the person went and talked to them. You know, like I don't even have an issue with Shay Charday really talking about Obsidian. The issue I have with that with the conversation because I was listening to it actually before I came on the stream, and then I saw like not even what y'all were doing. That's something else because she's uploading videos. The issue that I have is, well, I'm drawing to these conclusions that you know y'all would mess with any other woman. Let's be very clear here: the majority of black men in this space deal with black women, and a lot of them are not even attracted to white women. Real talk, and they have said this. So this argument that y'all take one Wendy's logo looking, you know, and then y'all like no.
Are you saying Purdy looks like the Wendy's logo, sir? Sir, I want to be clear. Are you saying Pearl looks like the Wendy's logo, sir?
I didn't say that. Shout out to our great commenters that said that. And I'm tired of seeing the Wendy's logo all over my home feed, and I'm unsubscribing for all y'all motherfuckers. You know, and I was like, wow, Dave. Shout out to and so some niggas are on the premium menu like Anton. I mean, straight up, Anton, like she literally had Anton's video on with the business contracts on her show. So here's my thing. Because people can say, okay, people can have their opinion on Obsidian. That's cool. I've already said that, you know, Obsidian don't represent the whole space as a whole. So stop trying to act like what he say is law because people have been in this space long. Like, for instance, somebody like Shay Charday has been in this space long enough to know that he don't represent everybody in this space. He know that. Like she's talked to Black in Effect, Mr. Z, and he's more on the liberal end, you know, versus Obsidian's more conservative. So she know that. And a lot of Courtney know that. These women know that. So when they sit here and they try to make these blanket statements about, well, we're working with Karen versus Keisha, why is that? I'm sorry. The last time Obsidian got flamed really, really bad before Pearl, because, you know, it's been a couple of times with Pearl. It was the Me Too thing with Pearl. Obsidian has talked to Pearl 3 times, by the way, in the last 5 months. 3 interviews, FYI, because I've looked. We actually traced how Pearl blew up. We went through some analytics on my channel. Very interesting conclusions we came to. But
did the mediocre white bitch pay for her views, or did she organically get there?
No, she organically got there. It was YouTube.
Okay, that's what I was curious about.
No, you know, because the thing about it is you can't pay for like that amount. YouTube won't let you do that. YouTube won't let you do that anymore. If you pull that bullshit, your channel will be eliminated.
Nah, but you know, sometimes you can kind of pay to get yourself a jump start and then kind of put yourself out there. You know what I mean?
That doesn't work anymore because they can tell. Because they can tell. It's bots. They can tell, and they will get rid of your shit if you try that. It used to be like that back when it was more view based. Because the algorithm, like that's how Tommy I'm not saying Tommy blew up by paying for views. Tommy blew up because the algorithm was more about views and less about watch time. But watch time deals with that. So if people just click on your stuff and they don't watch your videos, they can detect that in a pattern. The algorithm alone is getting good at detecting that. So if there's no watch time, you don't get no push. Watch time is king. That's why if you can get a lot of people on a live stream, you can really blow up because that's more ads that YouTube can shove in front of people, or premium because you're tired of watching ads. That's why somebody like Kevin blew up. So, but no, she didn't do that. What she did was the shorts. That's what blew her up. So if you look at your homepage on like a desktop, you'll notice
So basically,
you
what you told me to do for my channel, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get back to it.
I would say create a clips channel and separate it from your regular channel. But that's how Angry Man blew up. Angry Man blew up off of shorts. Mr. Let Go blew up off of shorts. Mr. Let Go went from 12,000 to like 300 something thousand. O'Shea like one of the few that really started really going up without shorts. But most of them, but the problem with YouTube Shorts is like a different social network. So if you blow up on shorts, that don't mean your videos are going. They're not gonna all click on your videos and stuff or your long form content. So you have to understand that that's different. Now, granted, you get paid for shorts now, so if you can blow up on shorts, you're good. But that's how she blew up. And by the way, she started really. So anyway, let me go back to the last time Obsidian got flamed was when he tried to introduce Danica Marie into the space. So now he's being called a coon, when in reality, the last time people are really angry at Obsidian was when he tried to insert Danica Marie in the space, and people said, hell no, Crimson Cure is enough, which I find ironic, so yeah, but Obsidian's going to do what he's got to do to get in. He's a hoe for that algorithm, as the lead attorney said. And that's what you understand that, you understand Obsidian. Just like how O'Shea, do you know how many videos O'Shea has done on Pearl? 25, about four and a half hours, about 1 million and like 1.1 million views. So a lot of these, they just holding for the algorithm. And you understand that, you understand Obsidian. But yeah. Yep. But Pearl was on Fresh and Fit a year ago. She went on Kevin's for a hot second. Then she got on Fresh and Fit. Then 5 months ago, she was on the Lapeef Network. That's when the B Taylor and This Is Where Six comes in, all that bullshit. Then she at the same time she talked to Obsidian. At this point, she was at like 900,000 subscribers. She started really rail gunning in June and July. She started gaining like 80,000 subscribers in June. That's way before she talked to any of us. By like 4 months. Before she even got like to Fresh and Fit. Not Fresh and Fit, but the Lapeef Network. And then the closest she ever got to the space was Obsidian, which Obsidian does his own shit. So yeah. So this argument that the manosphere basically is responsible for Pearl is bullshit. And that's really the only issue I have with any of this, is people are lying, saying that we are the reason she's where she is. And I'm like, okay, well, show me where all the other white people that we about to rail gun up there is. Show me the other white women.
So you're saying that the narrative that Pearl is considered a leader, considered a star, considered a godsend among the space is a lie.
It is a lie. I mean, the Whatever Show. Do you know what the Whatever Show is?
No.
The Whatever Show is a show ran by a guy by the name of Brian. It's pretty much like Fresh and Fit, but a little bit better, a little bit more something that somebody could share without getting cussed out. The way they do it. The Whatever Show has 3.92 million subscribers. It's literally a white guy that, for the most part, you can see him getting women. It's in LA. They get about 19 to 24-year-olds, college, OnlyFans. But these are white. This is basically the white version of Fresh and Fit, minus all of the drama bullshit. And literally, if you want to hear white female fuckery, and you want to know what you want to know these white bitches are off the goddamn chain. So they have a couple of Asians, white women, Jews, and stuff like that. These chicks talking about, perfect example, a chick basically blew a gasket and left the show. Now, this is a few times this happened, because she asked the guy, would you rather have sex with the oldest woman in the world or the most attractive, I guess, trans person in the world? And he said without hesitation, I'd rather have sex with the oldest woman, because then I wouldn't be gay. And apparently he was a Nazi because he said that, because that's how she responded. She just blew.
I mean, all right.
Then they were talking about body count. It was like this New York kind of dude that he looked like he'd be Sex in the City, New York dude, and they were asking about body count. and like what's the highest body count? Not they have, but like women that they know have. And he said like he said something like 100, like in extreme cases. And then and these are 19-year-olds, right? So 19, 21-year-olds, they were like, "Are you serious? Like, are you serious? That low?" And then he was like, "What?" He said, "Yeah, I know women that's got like 300, like." And they all looked at each other like, yeah. Like, are you serious? That low? Like, that's the fuckery over there. So
You know that conversation is a weird conversation because in the black community, we're hypersexualized to begin with. But I've had conversations with white boys, and white boys have been like, "Yeah, no, I've slept like 4 or 5 girls," and I've been like I was 19, being like, "Nigga, 4 or 5? How old are you? 16?" So
no,
like
white women are fucking more than black women. They do not get
white women have whole slut periods of like they go hard in the paint. But what I'm talking about is white dudes. White dudes ain't really out here fucking like that neither. And then like white people as a whole, white people just ain't really out here fucking. White women, yeah, white women get smutted out and they do a whole bunch of shit. But white dudes, they like I saw some study way back in the day. Like the average white dude had sex with like 10 women. And I remember laughing at that and motherfuckers looking at me crazy because I had snatched that many bodies like basically by the time I was 16. So
yeah, and this is why body count is an issue in the white manosphere. Body count is typically not talked about in the black manosphere because they talk about relationships more in the white manosphere. So this is why that argument tends to come up. So stuff like it's a white show for white people. They do have black people on there every once in a while. But it's kind of, but the point is that show has 3.92 million subscribers as of right now. And here's the thing, it's not even like the live viewers is not where they blow up on. Where they blow up on is the shorts. So what they do is they ram those shorts. Pearl did that on TikTok as well. Angry Man actually was on TikTok, but it didn't work out as well. He blew up on YouTube shorts. So he ended up kind of, obviously you go with what works. And obviously you're already on YouTube. So
yeah. No, because a large majority of my videos is shorts and they have high numbers, and I was like, damn. And that's where you was like, yeah, no, you should you should do the short thing, and I was like,
yeah, you are doing that, then keep doing that. Shorts pay now. Shorts pay, and yeah, so they don't pay as much as regular viewers, but they pay. And the reality is, I think shorts are less maintenance. Like, so for somebody like you, that like you want to do it, but you ain't trying to be on that shit like everybody else. You got shit to do. Shorts is a little bit less maintenance. You can kind of bang a couple of them out. Here's another thing about shorts too, is you can, if you make a short, you can spread it out, YouTube, Instagram, you can do it everywhere. You just same shit everywhere. So even though if you primarily do it on YouTube shorts, because the thing about YouTube is you can only do 60 minutes, 60 seconds versus TikTok, you can do longer. But if you just, you can repurpose it. That's why they call it short form video versus do TikTok to do that. So it gives you, even if you're not really on TikTok like that, you may get some spread on TikTok and that you don't even know. If you get 1,000 TikTok folks, you can go live on TikTok. And a lot of them lives be lit. Them bitches be saying some crazy shit, talking about cage niggas, and these bitches are off the chains now. But the biggest issue I have with this situation, I know Kev, BGS came up here, we were up here, we had a great show, is the fact that folks are saying, I'm not even talking about the leadership. People gonna say that. They said Jessica X was the leader. Find out she only got 20,000 subs. As of now, we did not create Pearl. Pearl is not like a manifestation of this space, and that's what I have a problem with. You got a lot of people that are Jason Black started with that. They're purposely saying that in order to basically paint us as these like white supremacist light folks, and it's like, yo, nigga, last time I checked, a lot of dudes got kids with black women or married to black women over here. You ain't got kids and ain't married. So so you need to chill with that bullshit, But and then they all ran with it. Courtney ran with it, and so what they're doing is they're leaning on Obsidian as like this proof. Oh, I told you. See, look at what Obsidian is saying. Obsidian is trying to pull a Sarah Garvey. He's hustling. Oh, by the way, Kev, you know who Sarah Garvey is, right?
Who is she?
Sarah Garvey's a dude. It's the bald-headed, the dark-skinned, bald-headed dude.
Oh, Sarah Garvey. Yeah, I know who that is.
Yeah, Sarah Garvey. Yeah.
Okay, my bad. I fucked his name up. My bad.
He,
I didn't know.
he's a smart dude. He's got some real slick sayings, but he's also a slick nigga his damn self. Go ahead.
So when we were going through the rabbit hole that was the wind Dave's daughter, you know, Dave's daughter, we basically found the video with the Lapeef Network. That's where our first stop was. So we were going down through the comments. There was a lot of black women that made very positive comments 5 months ago about Pearl personally, right? In the comment section. But we found Sarah Garvey's there. I didn't screenshot it. It's there if you want to look at it, but I didn't screenshot it because I'm not trying to, whatever. And he was like, yeah, Pearl dropping facts, da 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 da. And it's like, this is important because when he talking all this shit about a business deal, and I get it, you didn't get the deal you want, so you're gonna play business hardball in the situation. I get it, whatever. Don't act like if you didn't get the deal that you wanted, that you wouldn't be on the defense force, salary as well. Don't act like that. So when people say, oh man, I'm gonna tell you the truth about her, nigga, you knew all this, but you on her show as of like 2 weeks ago. Like you and MTR, look, I'm just saying, MTR, you, Melanie King. I mean, Melanie King was just dropping. She was throwing haymakers at black women, yo. Even Cardi B got mad at some of the shit Melanie King was saying.
It's the dynamic of trying to blow up off of the shit show. Like Jonathan Majors, when it was said Jonathan Majors beat up his girlfriend, you had these gay white these LGBT white dudes come out of the woodworks to talk about how terrible he was as a person in order to get themselves a little bit of shine. They're like, niggas aren't, what I'm saying? Niggas aren't above this. So the shit happens. However, what I'm seeing from this individual is she's a person who seems to be trying to overly profit from niggas who are going for it because she's white.
Well, I mean, so the thing about it is people are making assumptions. First of all, the niggas on there are Brits. The only niggas you saw on there was Sarah Garvey, and that was late in the game. This is the recent in this situation. This is in this recent episode or arc, and MTR. The rest of them, King, all of them, those are from the UK.
A lot of them British niggas will tap dance for a white person because it's a white person. They go above and beyond. I don't know what the fuck it is.
I get it, but that ain't got nothing. No, I hear you, but my point is, people when they say niggas, they don't think of black Brits. They think of us.
You right. You
would make a better argument saying that you could make a better argument saying that niggas here watch Fresh and Fit. Now that you can make a better argument on. And truth be told, a lot of black women watch Fresh and Fit on the low. You think they have black women on their show almost every week for no reason? People ain't telling the truth about that. And another thing too is notice how Anton had his own. By the way, that situation with Six, I forgot about that. I forgot that Six tried to get the hell away from Kevin because apparently I don't know it's because who she was with at the time, and it was a picture where Kevin was just taking a picture with her, and it was what it was, and then because Kevin was blowing up at that time, it was like,
you have to run that back. What are you talking about now?
All right, Six the Goddess met Kevin in real life when she was in Atlanta. I guess they took a picture together, and then folks thought that that was his girlfriend, and so you had the blog about to start the railgun that shit, and she had to get in front of that as hard as possible. So this is this is like he wasn't even at his peak yet, but he was right there, and so she basically disavowed his ass, like hardcore. The article is still there. I might email it to you if I find it because it's there if you know what to search. And it's interesting how like now fast forward that to this, now it's like she got a problem with Pearl and all this other stuff. And a lot of these women got a problem with Pearl because they think they own black men. And so they're trying to finagle this into a guilt trip so black men can prove their loyalty to the black community by watching them. Fuck every single last one of them. I'm just gonna say that right there. But that's literally what they're doing. All these women, they don't give a fuck. Nigga, Six the Goddess was making monkey noises as a reference to Africans. Not like literally like a couple of days ago. She don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck about like that shit like that. That shit, slavery don't affect them like that today. They just using that to brow. I'm not saying you shouldn't be mad at what she said and think she a goofy bitch, but don't be like, oh, she a goofy bitch, so I'm gonna get finessed by these people over here. No, and that's the problem. You got dudes trying to profess their love to the black community because niggas asking, why don't y'all promote Crimson Cure? Why don't Crimson Cure got 1.5 million? Nigga, she lucky to have 100,000.
If only we
That's
could
us.
and if only we could campaign to the masses or who to subscribe to, but
I mean, for real, and that's what but you got people that they don't understand YouTube and they be talking stupid and they sheep. Like niggas be like, yeah, man, just because Jason Black lost the channel. I didn't know that because I haven't watched Jason Black in a minute because I got tired of him taking them shots. Jason Black had 3 channels. And to give you a comparison, let me give you a comparison. Nobody really takes Anton too seriously. I mean, Six roasted the fuck out of Anton. It was mad. Oh, Donnie, you would love it. It was like a breakup when the dude is trying his best to save the relationship. And it's really a court martial. And it's like, and it was not only Six, it was Six and Danica together. And then
And he was just taking his L.
no, he called in. And you can see his face and everything. So it's them and then him. And then he sitting there like, you got my text. Yo, I could text you. You could have called me. And I'm like, dude, you don't.
Yeah, man. The guy was sipping. Very sipping.
Well, yeah, so glad you co-sign that for real. Because I know people be thinking I'm like overselling it. I'm like, I'm not, man. It
was that bad.
It was that bad. It was like on that, that tank, like, please don't go.
Oh shit.
It makes me think,
here's the thing.
It makes me think if Six really fucked this dude because this dude really sipping really hard.
No. Hell no. I would put like $10,000. That never happened.
No. Niggas are very much capable of that, right? But it's few and far between when you see somebody that you respect in a position to do that, and then it's few and far between when you see somebody who you like, oh yeah, the bitch is capping, and then you see a nigga call up and do that. It's like, oh shit, this is hilarious. Because go ahead.
Well, the thing is, all of that, in my opinion, goes all the way back to that. That goes all the way back to that Amira situation with that Lebanese chick. Then it goes back to having Pearl on there because again, when I went to the show, that was like 5 months ago. When Pearl was on there, you had Pearl, you had 2 other white chicks. I ain't gonna name it, and then that's when that B Taylor got mad. That chick, I don't watch the little people like that. But chick named B Taylor, and then she went and made her own thing. You remember Six was going back and forth, but Six had that run in with Chaotic Truth, and that when she ended up doing the video on her own. Remember, Melanie King had a run in where it didn't work out over there. So it's this constant thing. And the thing is, them women don't forget about stuff like that. And it's like, you got to keep accounting of that, especially when you're dealing with them. Because if you ever get into a vulnerable spot, they will be on like Dark Knight Rises and jam that blade into you when you're not paying attention. And the thing about Anton is Anton really be thinking like he got them under control. And it's like, yo, you don't have none of them chicks under control. Like, and the truth is, your audience now is a lot of these women watch your show, the Lapeef, because those women are there. Like some because they like them. And this is the extension of what they watch with them. So you got to figure out. Now, me personally, I said I would suggest you get a white dude on there. You need to get him something to stay for other than them other chicks if you get rid of them. Otherwise, you're going to always have to deal with them because they're going to try to run a matriarchy on your shit. And see, he was trying to push back because I don't know if you've seen this, but Anton has been going off. He's been red pill raising on these chicks, talking about, well, it's like sleeping with the enemy, dealing with you black chicks, and da-da-da-da-da. Like, he's been wilding out. And so he's been really cussing a lot of them out, yo. And, they don't appreciate that. But Anton has his channel, which is 167,000 subs. The Lapeef is 89. He's got something called, look, man, this must be some Michigan thing. I don't know what the fuck this is. Don't do coke in the bathroom. That's literally the name of the channel. Like literally, if you Google that on YouTube, that's the name of the channel. And that's what Crimson Cure was on. You see that bathroom thing in the back? And then you got
I mean, niggas are. It's kind of a running joke at this. Well, I don't even know. It's just that's just what it is. Motherfuckers go to the bathroom to do cocaine. That's just
So
so.
it's they said it's a Detroit thing, but he's got 4 channels and his weekend channels got 27,000. So he got one with 89, one 167, one with 123. The Millionaire's Morning is 123. I just checked. And so the reality is he got his, and we ain't even talk about Fight Club and that stuff. That stuff is kind of an extension of the Lafitte Network. So the thing about it is that's why he's dealing with Pearl, because remember, Anton's hyper conservative. He just hides it. And what it is he's trying to get a more diverse audience than just black folks. He's been trying to edge that with these chicks, you know how it is. They want the Dynasty show. So working with Pearl can probably open that up to him, and that's why he's dealing with her. So a lot of this is business. And then, these people, yeah. So I mean, I'm not saying you people shouldn't be mad at these people, but I'm just getting the why. So people deal with her. They just how people deal with Fresh and Fit if they can benefit from it. I don't know why people acting like, okay, you can do that, but not her. I mean, whatever. But Anton ain't in the space. That's my point. Anton is not in the black manosphere. So nobody's actually dealing with her is getting a hit for her. It's the dudes that are actually in the space. Anyway.
Yeah, I told y'all, like, any black guy does anything fucked up or says anything that a lot of people don't want to agree with, they're content creators, they go shoehorn them in the manosphere anyway.
Yeah.
And, that's not something that I encourage or, I say myself. It's just that from what I observed, I've seen that.
According to Aber and Preach, DJ Atkins in the manosphere.
Aber and Preach, yeah. Aber and Preach been on that ever since Fresh and Fit.
Charleston White is in the manosphere.
Oh yeah.
According to Aber and Preach.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Yeah, motherfucker. Like literally, oh man, Charleston White talked about the GR word that we can't say. Oh, by the way, they're Red Pill. He's Red Pill.
To me, it seems Abba and Preach have become the niggas who are like, I'm going to expose everybody who's in the manosphere because it gets us views. We're in Canada. Hey, give us some maple syrup.
Hey.
And like, I don't, and I kind of like Aber and Preach, man. When, I like their content when they're being Aber and Preach. You know what I'm saying?
They hoeing for the algorithm.
Say what?
They hoeing for the algorithm.
Yeah. They found it. They found a niche, and the niche seems to be exposing niggas who are in the manosphere. And if you're not in the manosphere, they're gonna make you to be in the manosphere in order to get that easy win.
Man, because his audience, their audience. Look, I'm not trying to talk crap, but their audience are not smart. They're not like for the most part. They just. It's like BuzzFeed over there, where they listen to anything they being said and how they articulate. Because it's like, you believe us, right? We're likable guys, right? My friend. That
who's the short nigga? What's the short nigga's name?
Preach.
Yeah, I assume Abba because that's Ethiopian.
Okay, so it's Preach. So if I was to start a fight with Preach, could I beat that nigga up and get a check from it on some YouTube fight shit, or just man?
Preach will like him. If he can't haymaker you, he'll grab you.
Oh no, I looked the nigga up. The nigga's just a mediocre. He's an okay wrestler. He's all right. Like he's all right. But like I'm just very curious if I could get a celebrity boxing event and make some money out of it.
They're not at that level yet. I don't think they do.
Oh, okay.
Offered that was because what's it called said something about his wife, I guess. But my thing is, like, and it is what it is. Some of that you got to deal with. Auburn Preach, like, you got to deal with. They lit Glendon up too. I remember that shit was dying down, and then they lit that shit right back up. Like as that was dying down. But the thing about it is, when you got people internal to the space doing that, that's what I get mad. When you got folks that are supposedly around the space, I get annoyed when they sit here and then say, oh, well, y'all seem to be siding with Karen. I'm like, you've been around here long enough. How many fucking white bitches have you seen over here? Like, for fucking real. Like, name me one other than Pearl. Like, for real. You don't, like, name me a white dude. Name me anybody. Like, for real. Hell, name me a Hispanic. You don't even see a lot of half blacks over here. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, and so it's like, I
Nicole
get it.
Diaz.
Y'all want to say that for, huh? Nicole Diaz.
Ignore me. Go
That's
ahead.
y'all. You know, that shit got cussed out. You know, but yeah, that's in y'all cluster. We talking about like they are around, they in the lot.
Mainstream.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, but listen up, fellas. Look, it's damn at 3 o'clock in the morning. Can we get some final statements?
Yeah, my final statement is all liars are going to hell.
Say what? Say what, Edward?
All the liars are going to hell.
All the
And
liars are
trust me,
going to hell.
what goes around comes around with that bullshit. Because trust and believe, a lot of y'all gonna be in a situation where y'all are gonna be vulnerable, and when niggas just throw some lies at y'all, that's gonna be what tips a lot of y'all over. Cause you got, like I said, a lot of these motherfuckers, they out here for money. And when you out here for money, you got to tiptoe around a lot of stuff. I'm not on here for money. So that gives me a lot of wiggle room. So y'all got to be careful with that, because y'all dealing with activists. People really believe in this stuff, and y'all sitting here just over here trying to get money. I'm not here to mess up your bag, but if you're going to sit there and try to make your bag off of building a mountain of bullshit, then trust and believe that bullshit is going to get shipped right back on your shit. Just saying. I'm out.
Let me jump in here. So first things first, IHOP, if you're listening, y'all can do the unlimited pancakes a little bit more often throughout the year. We in the manosphere will support you, and you just got to give us a check and hook us up with free pancakes. No, legitimately, I kind of along with what Ed said, like real talk, like motherfuckers will bend, fold, and break in order to get a bag about this situation. I'm very much tired of the dynamic of I'm going to do it for the bag. The people stop putting yourself to be fucked by a white person because you're trying to get a check out of the situation. Come out here and really speak on behalf of the people, and not put this bullshit out that we got to deal with after the fact because of the blowback. Is just hitting us because you did some fuckery and everybody looking crazy at the end of the day. Nah, go out here, do for your people, move how you need to move, and let that be that. Appreciate y'all. You ain't shit for watching.
All righty. Thanks once again, Donnie. That's my habitual line stepper brother right there, Chaos Rain. What up? Got anything to say in closing?
Really. Nope.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for coming through. Yeah. And you say the point they say never do this stuff just for money. It ain't worth it. And I said earlier, if I could be successful on YouTube, it will make things a lot easier on my family, and I wouldn't mind the success. But the thing is, I have to be genuine in the process. Being fake to me, there's absolutely everything in the world wrong with that. Uh, and I can't do it because when you own some fake shit, you have the biggest chance of being exposed, and the fallout will be worse than anything that you can do that is positive. It will be definitely overshadowed. You know, what I'm saying is be authentic by all means, and don't get caught up in it just being about money. Making money, that's some cool shit. But at the same time, don't be dubious in your attempts. Yeah, as far as I go about this Black Manosphere thing, I'm not going to be one of these guys who is going to constantly complain about the space itself. I'm here to contribute to making things better. That's just who I am at the end of the day. Is I'm a believer in the spirit of black men. There's a lot of goofies out there that are black men, that I would be ashamed to call brother. I would say that. But outwardly, I'm a supporter of black men media, but black men have to be the supporter of black men media too. And this whole Pearl thing, this whole Pearl situation, it really is turning everything on its head for me in a surprising manner because I will always expect better from us, always, and that's not a bad thing. That should be a good thing. If we are going to sit here and outline standards for everybody else, We need to uphold standards for ourselves, and that's just what it is. As far as like people, they're talking about people letting women into space. The reason why they flourish is because of the audience. That's why the content creator can promote the people all they want, because I would say this: O'Shea, who was once a part of the Black Manosphere, had pushed a lot. Like he put a lot of brothers on, but he also pushed a lot of failures. So I mean, is but my point at the end of the day is that when I say support Black man media, I'm not just saying that. I'm not just saying that. That's something that I really feel and I really mean. And the way that I can support it on a consistent basis is to keep doing shows, keep doing content. Make sure that I'm doing my absolute part to make sure that everything stays good around here. Because it's like I am so sick and tired of seeing us, and when I say us, I mean Black men fall by the wayside over some BS. Shit's not cool. So anyway, thank you for tuning in, all of you. If I did not shout you out, for coming here, um, please, my bad. Just return, and these shows are gonna do nothing but get better and better. So I appreciate that. Greg, thank you for the Cash App. I really appreciate that as well. Uh, you guys are awesome to me, and I appreciate you. So anyway, guys, that's it for me. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Kev. This is Black Men Being Brutally Honest. Long live the habitual line steppers. In Kev we trust. When you don't quit, you win. Thank you.